15th of June, this is what I was going to start the live with this morning. Thank you for joining us and reminding me that I didn't have, my sound wasn't working well. Appreciate that. I didn't have it up yet. Thank you so much. So on the 15th of June, we're going to be having a 24-hour live stream to raise money for our wonderful family. Link in my bio. But I'm going to wheel out a bit of a surprise for you guys because I am working on something. I'm working on a dress. So I'll show you. I'm going to have the clips in that up later. I'll show you. I'm going to get the fabric so I can show you the fabric to start off with. But I'm going to make this dress. And I've already started it. Here we go. Okay. But have a look at this fucking fabric. Like, have a look at this fabric. Now, someone needs to take me somewhere, please. Like, are you kidding me? Hello? Like, hello, are you kidding me? This is like, is this not the most princessy fabric you've ever seen in your entire life? I really can't sleep. I feel like you're going. 24-hour live, no sleep. We don't need to sleep. We can do that for 24 hours. But yes, so I've started making the dress. I've started designing it. I'll get my dress form has got my mannequin has already got the lining, the outline. My dress form. I was filming myself the process of making it. I was filming the process of making it last night. And I'm going to make a video on the whole process as well to post up to so everyone can follow along. And yeah, please come and jump on the link in my bio as well. Hi, well, I am doing really, really well. How are you doing? Fill us in on how your family are going. Fill us in on what the latest has been for you guys. I've been sick. I don't know if you can still tell from the sound of my voice. I've lost my voice. It's coming back now, thank goodness. I've been back this week, better than I was last week. Still not the best. Like I wasn't going to come on today actually because after Wednesday I'd lost my voice and I wasn't feeling 100%. And I had a lot to do today, but I got a lot of it done, so I'm here. We're here. But how are you? How are you? I'm going to take off this. Why is this on here as well? I don't know why this is on here. The QR code on the page. I'm very worried about my family. There's been no contact with them for a week. God. Oh my God. That is terrifying. That is terrifying. I'm so sorry to hear that, Wael. I am so sorry to hear that. That is awful. Everyone, so I'm chatting. This is Wael Muhammad, but the family the link on my GoFundMe, Wael's family are, they're not in Rafah anymore. They're in Cal Avid. I'm sure I'm saying that completely butchering that. Is that where they're at the moment? That's where they were the last that Wael had been able to heard from them. Unfortunately, hasn't heard from them in a week now. But the link is in my bio to raise money to try and help get this family out. So if you are able to help at all, please feel free to go and do that. Every little bit helps. And I'm going live over on the Twitch, and we have ads coming up on the Twitch, and that ad revenue, as soon as Twitch actually pays it out to me, all of that will also be going to Wael's family. So, feel free to jump across and watch on the Twitch. If you don't have any funds to donate yourself, watch on the Twitch, and the ad revenue from watching me on Twitch will all go towards them. I try to reach them in every way, but there is no use. I hope they are well. I am hoping that they are well as well, Wael. I mean, we're going to keep trying to raise funds for them, because as soon as you hear from them, hopefully when you do hear from them next, we'll be able to have some really good news for them, that, you've been able to secure what they need to help get them safe. Hello. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you. So, we have an ad starting just now. So we're going to be off for a sec, but we'll be straight back after that. And we're going to do a little bit of a wraparound of the week in the news, just really, really briefly. And then I'm going to talk a little bit about our project that we're going to be working on. I'm so glad to see you again. The ad, I'll still be here after the ad. Don't worry, we're not going anywhere. I'm just going to update the live browser. Here we go. Let's do... Go fund. Oh, I don't want to sneeze. I do feel like it's funny. gosh. Here we go. Oh. Allergies. My allergies are acting up. What's the time there? It is 1 o'clock in the afternoon. It's 10 to 1 in the afternoon here for me. So generally I try and get on in the morning and stream for the day. Really glad to see you again. But yeah, I've been very late today. 3 hours late to the stream today. 3 hours late. By now I'd be kind of wrapping up the stream. But yeah, it didn't go that way today. We're doing a later afternoon one. Hopefully that means all my Eastern States friends will be able to actually come online and join me earlier rather than me hanging around by myself all day like a twit. But I had a lot on yesterday, so it made it hard to get a lot of the usual things that I usually get done. So today had to be that day as well. Thank you so much. Me and my sneezing, hey? Oh, goodness gracious. Allergies galore. Oh, that's cute. I didn't realise that was up there. My kids keep getting me like plants and things. They're very good. They're great. I love them to death. Absolutely love them to death. Anyway, so back to what we were going to be talking about. I wanted to have a little quick chat about... Oof. Don't sneeze again. Oh. Far out. Etsy keeps making me do these little I am not a robot things. Close that. I don't need that. Here we go. Oh, excuse me. Oh my goodness, I haven't even put the link. Oh my goodness, no wonder. Discord. Sugar. Eek. Back at it again. 3 hours late. What a shock. Whew. And again. I've been, yeah. It's a lot easier, I must say. It is a lot easier being sick when you're safe and sound in your own home than it is for so many at the moment. They've got, and a lot of the community that I work with, there's a lot of illness going around at the moment. And so I keep picking up on all the bugs because a lot of the people that I'm working with catch everything and they're not able to go... They're not able to go into their, safe and secure little homes and oh, Belle, hello. Thank you for joining us. But yeah, they're not able to just go in their little home and get some reprieve, get a break. So I feel like, oh, Rachel, hello, welcome. So as much as I'm not well, I am doing very well. Thank you so much, Belle, and I hope that we hear from your family very soon too. I'm really hoping that we hear from your family very soon, and we're going to keep doing this. We're going to keep trying to raise funds for them, and I know it's not a lot. It's the least we can do, but it's something that we can do, and so we're gonna keep at it until we can until we get them safe. And unfortunately, oh goodness, I'm gonna have to go get the whole box of tissues now. I had my little handkerchief. Gonna have to go to a whole fucking box of tissues. Lordy Lord. Alright, I'm bringing this down here too, guys. Alright. This is the dress so far as well. I'll point the camera over there in a second and you can see it. But this is what I'm working on. This is what I've been working on. I got it here so far. Now. Oh, gosh. So, we're doing what we can. We're doing what we can. Absolutely, Val. We're doing what we can. And that's why I'm going to show you this. I know, and thank you for so this is what I got so far anyway. It's not, okay, it doesn't look like much right now, but I only started working on it last night, And I've got the back that's the back is done. That's the one side, that's the other side. It's going to be asymmetrical. And then over here, that's the front that we've got so far, and there's the other, and there's going to be another piece as well that's coming down there. I know, even though you lost your TikTok account. It's just ridiculous. It's so ridiculous that they've keep been doing. To anyone who's talking about it, and it's one of the difficult things. I keep getting account strikes. I keep getting videos taken down. And the difficult thing is that you still want people coming to your page so that they can get to the link, so they can. It's ridiculous. They're just making it as difficult as possible for us to try and all we're trying to do is get help to people in need. All we're trying to do is get help to the people who need it. It really is very, very disturbing. Sorry to everyone on TikTok who did not get to see the dress so far that I'm working on, but that's why you should be following me on Twitch instead. So, I cannot tell you how excited I am about this, honestly. I was up until 1 o'clock in the morning. This is why I couldn't fucking sleep. I keep complaining. Okay. Thank you very much, Belle. I was complaining. I've got to show you the other fabric. You missed the other fabric, Belle. Oh, I've got to get it back again. But I was just complaining earlier, Belle, that I couldn't sleep last night. I was all about and could not relax. I was drinking Pepsi and stitching this up until... Dominic, hello, welcome. I was drinking Pepsi and stitching this until 2 in the morning. No wonder I had a bad night's sleep. Who's going to have a good night's sleep when you've been pinning yourself until 3 in the morning? I made a joke to someone a little while ago that when I get inspired creatively, which happens a lot when it comes to clothing, I get some other type of feeling as well. They kind of, and what can I say? Making a very sexy dress makes you feel very sexy. So this is what we've come up with so far anyway. And, I haven't even told you the best bit. Now I've got to turn it back again. But I've got, let me just turn that. There we go. So from on this side here, damn it, stupid thing. On this side here, at the back here, so that's the back on this side. That's the sleeve. It's coming down like that. And that's, that's obviously the skirt's going to be there. But on this side, there's just going to be a chain coming down the side there to join. So, yes. I am very excited. And let me go get the fabric. Let me get the fabric again. So this is going to be the fabric that it's going to be made out of. Belle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be making this, and I'm going to keep you guys updated on the live stream, and I'm going to do some stitching and some work on it during the live streams as well. And then during the 24-hour live stream that we're going to have on the 15th of June, which we're doing it for my birthday. We're doing a 24-hour live stream for Gaza, guys. 24-hour live stream for Palestine for my birthday. And I'm going to auction it off. Hopefully, I know, oh my God, I know, oh my God. I would like to be able to wear it somewhere first, but I don't see that happening. I see someone seeing this dress, seeing the design, seeing the fabric, and I see them very, very quickly going, I'll buy that, thank you. So, yeah, maybe, a NAIDOC ball event. Oh, well, maybe. Who are you inviting me? You're going to take me? You're going to be my date? You need to take me somewhere nice, Belle. I've got a nice dress. You got to take me somewhere nice. Yes. I fell in love with it, and the minute I saw it, there were a few different colors there. There was a red, and I was gonna do the red because I was gonna do like a red, green, black, and white sort of themed dress. Yeah, and I might still do like a version of it in the black, perhaps. Maybe I could do a version of it in the black. With like a red train. Oh, if I do a version of it in the black with green trim, a red chain. That would look fucking fire. You'll have to come over in July. Oh, I will have to come over in July. Oh my God, it'll be ready by then. Am I making a dress for the NAIDOC ball in July, Belle? Are we going to go to the NAIDOC ball in July in Melbourne? Is that what, are we? Have we just successfully made plans to have a girls' trip? Oh my God. We've only been talking about it forever. But yes, I am very tempted, in fact, and I'm really sorry to everyone who doesn't get to see it. Do you like Woolies Mud Cake? Not so much. I used to, but it's no longer. They don't make it the same anymore. It's now quite, yeah, now I'm putting on a good show. Oh, yay! Excellent. Okay, I'm excited. All right. Okay, all right. No. I'm coming over to Melbourne for the NAIDOC ball in July. Done. Sorted. Okay, now I've got a plan. And I'm going to have a dress to wear. Oh my God, I'm so excited. Okay, I'm actually more excited than I can tell you right now. Oh my God. Because I saw this fabric and I was just like, someone has to take me somewhere. Yes. Oh my God, I'm sorry. You just made my life, Belle. You just absolutely made my life. So I'm going to make this fucking awesome epic dress. I'm going to model it. And and we're going to do a live stream, and I'm going to auction off the dress to somebody to raise money, to whoever wants it, to raise money. No, nothing from the postie. Nothing from the postie. That's okay. I'm in Melbourne in July too. To be fair though, I'm in Melbourne literally all the time. Well, maybe we could organise a catch-up. We can, while I'm over there, we'll organise something. I don't know, we'll have like a picnic. The void meets at the park. Picnic in the park. Excuse me. Cannot get this coughing to stop. It does not want to go away. Apparently it's called walking pneumonia. Has anyone heard of that? It's like, apparently it's really common. I've had it before. Apparently it's really, really common. I had no idea, but there you go. Oh. Oh. Okay. I'm getting distracted by noise. I assumed it was just green lung. No, it's not. It's not green lung. And I, in fact, am taking a break at the moment because of the lungs. No, she normally doesn't cough like this. No. And even when I'm smoking, I usually don't cough like this. Even when I'm actively smoking. It's one of the things my friend used to always say to me, no wonder you don't get high properly. You don't even cough. But yeah, like this lung is killing me. It's very... Kellyanne, hello. Good to see you again. Hello. I was just looking at my messages then and I saw a message that popped up from you, but I wasn't sure if I should open it while I was live or not. Is it safe to open while I'm live? I always feel like I need to check before I... Not as in, like, I don't read anyone's personal details out or anything like that. Yeah, apparently if you cough while smoking, that's how you know you're going to get... Sorry. Oh, my goodness. Yeah. It's called walking pneumonia. Yes, it's fine. Okay, yeah. Cough to get off. That's the saying. Cough to get off. Yeah, so it's called walking pneumonia, and I've had this cough for a little while, and I tried to take a bit of a break from smoking earlier to help with the cough, but the smoking helps my anxiety. I have it for anxiety and insomnia. That's the two things that I smoke for. They're the two big ones. There's also CPTSD, which it's very, very helpful for that, but, you know, anyway. On an ongoing basis, it's the anxiety and the insomnia. I only need it occasionally for the CPTSD. But I tried to take a break. The anxiety was killing me. Like, I was waking up nauseous again. So I was like, nah, can't do this. Went straight back to smoking. Woke up this morning nauseous. And I was like, no, I need to take a break for the sake of my fucking lungs. And I haven't yet. So far, all day I've managed to avoid it. But that's also why I look like this. That's also because when you don't wake and bake, you need something else, like, to keep you busy, to keep your brain busy. Never heard of the cough to get high yet. Cough to get off. And also for fun, right? Yes, also for fun. But it's odd. I find it really odd. Okay, let me know if you you have a boyfriend, yes or no. No, I don't. I'm very single. I'm very single. Do I have to do this at the same time while I'm saying it? I'm very single. Your hair looks really good today. I almost did not come on live today because of my hair today, Belle. I could not get it to stop just getting bigger. Very single. Very single, Dominic. Very single. Yeah. That's not a bad thing. That's not a bad thing. And to be honest, I got to be honest with you. It kind of feels like, because I've got two children, it kind of feels like I'm always in a committed relationship anyway. It's very, very different being single when you're a mum versus being single when you've got kids. I downloaded Tinder and then forgot that I was supposed to message people on it. And like 2 weeks had gone by and I had all these messages on there and I was like, oh, fuck. All these people who are in, you know, a 50-kilometre radius of the small town I live in are never going to want to speak to me again. Whoopsies. As a terminally single person, it's fine. I think it is very different. As I said, it is very different being single when you're someone who is like at the stage of life I am now versus the stage of life I was the last time I was single. Very, very different. Very, very different. 14 years of, yarrow tea. Oh, I have a yarrow outside. I have a yarrow plant. I also have mullein. I've got mullein leaf, which I grow and dry myself. Have I shown you guys my tea cabinet? I grow and dry all my own herbs in my tea cabinet. And I've got all these jars, all these little jars like this that sit on my counter. And I go along with my little spoon. And I get my little scoops out of whatever it is that I want to put in my tea for the day. And I make my tea. I'll be jealous, but yes. Hey, you want to know what I do for my oily hair? See if it helps you. No, I'm good. Thanks. I'm good. I have the opposite problem. My hair is very, very dry. Very, very dry. And when it gets very, very dry, it gets frizzy like this as well. So, yeah. If I hadn't washed it, this is the problem, Belle. I washed my hair last night. If I hadn't washed it last night, it wouldn't look like this right now. I'm single by choice. Yeah, and you know what? I think I can very, very confidently say I'm single by choice now as well. Very confidently. Not that I'm not out here saying that there's a million guys lining up to take me out or girls or anything like that. Like, I'm not saying that at all. But, like, there's at least one guy who keeps knocking on my door wanting to patch things up, right? And I keep telling him no. So I'm single by choice because I could just take him back if I really didn't want to be single. But I'd rather be single. I'd rather be single. Do you want to... Looks good. Thanks, Blake. As I said, I wasn't sure. Whenever I wash my hair, it does this. It just gets so fluffy. And like, I grew up in a household full of women whose hair is all exactly the same, and none of us know how to manage it. That's what happens when your mum gets taken away from her family at the age of 4 and put into care. Just stolen gen things. Whole bunch of women with curly hair have got no idea how to manage it because the nuns used to just shave it off. Yep. Okay. Dominic, I sent a voice note to my friend earlier today, and I should honestly, I got to the end of it, and I started going, literally, this is the noises I was making. And in the end, I had to just stop the voice note so I could message her and say, I'm really sorry. Like, autistic brain stopped working. People don't seem to get what it is. Like, the verbal, the connection between here and here just stops. It just ceases. And I'm sitting here trying to make that connection again. Like I'm playing Among Us and there's a murderer behind me and you're looking at me expectantly like I'm performing on stage. And I'm trying to connect wires that it's very chaotic. Very chaotic. Oh, thank you, Memphis. Happy to have you join the void around here. Like, share, subscribe, do all the things that I'm supposed to do, ask you to do. Yeah, for Missy ADHD. Oh, I love your work. Thanks, Belle. I love your voice notes too. Always make me happy. Yeah, brain too fast for the mouth, but also brain is fast without words. Yes, brain is too fast for mouth, and mouth can't always work out how to make words because brain is busy thinking and mouth is going, hang on, I need a little bit of that energy. I need a little bit of attention just so I can make this form the words properly. And brain goes, nope, too busy. Too much else going on. Don't figure it out on your own. Don't have the time for that. We're very busy back here. Thinking without words, yep. My little girl's hair is the same. Diluted conditioner in a spray bottle helps. Yes, that is actually what I do for my little girl's hair as a detangler. Well, I make my own sort of like conditioner / detangling spray. But yeah, I did spray some of that into the bottom, which I think is why it's looking a little bit more defined and a little bit less frizzy. It's so good, isn't it, when you get the ingredients and you can... Too many noises in my brain. That's what the weed's good for. I mean, not that I'm not even doing it today, TikTok, so you can't ban me again. Bloody heck. No more banning me every time I pull out my pipe. I didn't do it today. I didn't even do it. Oh, I've still got the same wrong page up. All right. I'm going to try not to be... Every time I say this, I'm like, who do I think I am? As if anyone is coming here for anything except the chaos. I keep trying to be like, oh, I'm going to try and be less chaotic. Why would you be here if not for the chaos? What do I have to offer except chaos? Really, let's be frank. Let's be frank, Tamara. I'll be Frank, you be Tamara. Oh, that's cute. Oh, here we go. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Oh, far out. I had to teach myself to think in words. It is very funny, isn't it? I've always just had I've had a constant conversation going on between myself and myself in my brain since I was born, and it's never stopped. And everybody, this is the thing I never understood, because people will come up to you and start talking to you, and I'm just like, that doesn't make sense to me. Just walking up to them and start talking to them, because I'm like, you've got no idea. They could be in the middle of something, and I never understood why people could do that, because I'm always in the middle of a conversation with myself. And so every time someone comes up to me, they are interrupting. Like, I didn't realize that that's not true for other people. I didn't realize I'm the only weird one over here, always in constant contact and communication with myself. And so other people are always interrupting me. I'm constantly being interrupted, and it's very frustrating. Oh, gosh. All right, so I hear nothing in my head or see anything in my head. It's all, wow. Gosh. Where am I? Here we go. I'm back on the right page. There we go. We're here for the chaos. See? That's what I figure too. Oh, that's the reason I'm curious about neural implants, but also I could never. Yeah, I don't understand that. Yeah, no, don't fuck with my brain. And it's already chaotic enough in here. And this is also when people say shit as well, like, oh, you know, I never did any kind of mind-altering substances when I was younger because I was very concerned about that because I'm aware of how fuckety shit is up here, right? I didn't start doing any kind of substances until after I'd started therapy, and it was suggested to me that perhaps this could be something that could actually be helpful, and there are people that have similar symptoms that have found this helpful, and what do you know? It was a fucking miracle. My face, since I've started smoking though, like everyone wants to talk about Ozempic face. Like back in the 1800s, it was bicycle face, resting bitch face. Can we talk about weed face? Because I don't know. Hello, Kim. I don't know. Mind altering. I'll tell you what is mind altering. Art. Yes, agreed. Art, mind altering. But yeah, my face has changed shape because of all of the smoking. I've only been smoking for like the last 3 years. So 3 years? 4 years? 4 years? Yeah, it's been 4 years. Gosh. I started smoking, and this is the thing too, I started smoking pretty heavily during, before lockdown. Was it before lockdown? Shit. Far out. Kim, I've been ranting about how excited I am. Belle's taking me to the ball. I'm going to the ball. In what way? My mind is always busy, but not with any pictures or anything. Oh, interesting. Is everyone behaving themselves? No, no one is behaving themselves. No one is behaving themselves. I don't know, my face just is, it feels longer, less round, more angled. I don't know, I feel like I've got a more angular face since I started smoking. Like looking at my face today versus looking at the video I posted yesterday, which I took 2 years ago. Look at my video now, look at my face now and the videos I post now versus the one I posted 2 years ago, and you can see the difference in my face. I think you can anyway. Hey, beautiful. Did you get overheated? I thought you would have in that outfit. I did warn you, didn't I? That's right. You can sit up on the couch, baby. Hey. Thank you for bringing her here. Yeah, no worries. Cook the fever out of them. Kids home already. This little one is unfortunately unwell, so she's come back from school early. The other parent picked them up to drop them off for me. Do you think it might be cortisol related too? Like it's helped with stress, so therefore blah blah. It could be. It could be, yeah.
When are you gonna stop going on?
A little later on, why is that?
I wanted to play a song on there.
Oh, you're going to play a song on there? Oh, no, I'm going to be going live for a little bit longer, but you can watch some TV. Do you want to plug the headphones into the remote so that you can watch PlayStation? Yeah. And maybe get changed out of that. It looks a bit warm. You're not overheating anymore? Like, it's 30 degrees. Well, what temperature is it outside? It's like 25 degrees. 25 degrees Celsius, and she's wearing long pants and long sleeves. No wonder you had to come home, hey? Take that shirt off, baby. Take that top off. You've got a singlet underneath as well. No wonder you were overheated, love. Let's not do that again, okay? Poor little baby. 14 degrees Celsius, you're there. God almighty. Yeah, it's like 25 degrees Celsius. I honestly, like, as far as the face shape thing is concerned, absolutely. I did also have somebody, though, point out to me that it's also the camera angle. Because when I look in the mirror, I don't notice it as much as I do when I look at the camera. And when I look at this camera, I don't notice it as much. So it could also be the fact that it's on my phone that I'm noticing it more. But the video that I took last year was also taken on this phone with this same camera. So I think they were just trying to make me feel better about that. Have you got filters on the Twitch somehow? No, I don't have any filters on the Twitch. Why is that? Why is that, Kim? Are you going to compliment me? Are you going to compliment me? What? Have to pop off to the GP. Oh, poor thing. Feel better soon. Feel better soon. Oh, no, that's absolutely awful what you're going through at the moment. I really hope it's resolved. I've been having a bit of a... Well, do you know what, actually? Got her fishing. Hey, I'm always fishing. Are you kidding me? I'm a content creator. Well, I'm not really a content creator. I'm an educator. But I'm creating content online with my face in it. Of course I'm fishing. I would do voiceovers if I wasn't looking to get 100 comments telling me how hot I was all day, every day. Are you kidding? At least be honest about it. I will not compliment. What? Oh, fuck. I bet you are laughing at your own joke right fucking now, Kim. I bet you're cackling at that one right fucking now. Stop making me laugh. I cough when I'm laugh. I cough when I'm laugh. I cough when I'm laugh. The cough comes back when I'm laughing. It's terrible. Ninja! Ninja just came. Can you? Yeah, alright. Pretty sure I'm not allowed to mime doing that on TikTok, actually. I was trying to remember the name of that. Tism. Thanks. See ya. Having a good day? You having a good day? I'll see you for family night later. Movie night. Family movie night. Family movie night with the kids tonight. See ya. Now you have to make another document. What are we making another document about? Okay. We're back. Everyone's settled. We're back. Why are we making another document? What are we going to make another document about? What movie? Ooh! Ooh! What movie for family movie night? Who wants to pick the movie we're going to watch tonight for family movie night? It has to be suitable for an 8 and a 9-year-old. Keep forgetting how old they are. They're almost old enough to babysit themselves. They're old enough, like in a couple of years, give it 3 years, and I'll be able to go away for the weekend. And leave my children here. The fish video, that is so broad and so unhelpful. It might be the best answer. It might be the best answer ever. Thank you, Kim. What would I do without you? Absolute fucking legend. Hi Maddie, thank you so much for joining us here at the Void. Lovely to have you here. I am feeling like I'm fucking pumped today. I don't know why. It's just I think you know what it is? It's because I stayed up until this is what I was telling you about before. A reference, the fish video. Reference a TV series about, okay. The clownfish, you know, with the dory fish. Yeah, I know, I knew which one that you meant, the Finding Nemo one. But my mind first went to Luca, and then I went, no, he won't be meaning Luca, because Luca's not a fish, it's a mermaid. Is Luca a mermaid? I don't know. And then my whole brain went on a whole tangent about mermaids, and then I was like, oh, my fabric, I want to talk to you about my fabric again. And then I was like, oh, remember how you were asking earlier about why I was so excited? Let me tell you why I'm so excited. And that all happened in my brain in the 2 seconds between me reading your comment and me about to tell you about this. So, I'm making a dress, okay, and I've already told everyone else about this, Kim, but you were late, so now I have to tell you. Sorry, everyone else. I know you already heard about all of this, but I'm making this dress, and the plan is we're going to go to the NAIDOC ball in Naarm in July, and I'm going to wear this dress. I'm very, very excited. here we go. I'm going to show you what I've got so many times. Sorry, I'm going to show you what I've got so far. Ignore the state of my kitchen, please. Like, if you're going to be rude about the state of my kitchen, like, well, you're probably not here for the good stuff if you're going to talk about the state of my kitchen. This is what I got so far. Here we go. This is what I got so far. So this is the front. This is obviously the seam. Like, just ignore that. But this is the front that we have so far. I don't know if you can see the texture on there, but whenever I'm draping, I always just mark straight onto the dress form. And then this is the back. So I've got, this side is going to be three, like it's going to have this. This is the front and the back, and it's going to be like full coverage. And then there's the other piece coming down here. So I've just got that last piece to put in, and the bodice will all be patterned. Yeah, the back is, so this, it's asymmetrical. So we've got this side on one side, and then this side on the other side, and then there's going to be the chain hanging down here that's going to connect there. And then up the front, what you can't see on the back, on here, because you obviously can't do it with the lining. No, unfortunately, Cheltripper, if you do want to see what we're talking about, you have to pop on the other streaming platform, the one with the little purple symbol. That is where I'm talking about the dress, because I'm going to be auctioning this off on the 15th of June. We're doing a 24-hour live stream to raise money for the Abu Rida family. Wael Abu Rida's family are in, unfortunately, Gaza at the moment. We haven't heard from them in a week. We've lost contact with them, but we are still trying to raise those funds so that we can get them out of there. But you can't see. I'd buy it, but it won't fit me. I'm also hoping that I can get quite a bit of money for this dress, because this is the fabric. This is the fabric. And it's very lovely fabric. It's very, very gorgeous fabric. And the lining is 100% linen. And the thing that you can't, like the lining doesn't show you what this dress is going to do, right? Oh my God, look at that. But on this sleeve, hopefully they are okay. Yeah, hopefully. Also, don't like the dress. Also, don't like dresses. Okay. I thought you were going to say didn't like this dress, and I was going to tell you to go fuck yourself, Kim. But this is going to be all gathered over this side, down here, like that. And then it's going to swirl across the front in like a knot, like that comes down here. So these two are going to join in kind of a knot. And I'm going to show you guys the inspiration picture. I'm going to show you the reference / inspiration picture. I think I'm magpie. All I can think is, ooh, shiny. It's going to be shimmery. It is very shimmery. It is very shimmery. Like, look at that fucking shimmer. Look at that fucking shimmer. Oh, and like, I'm not even kidding you. Like, the camera does not even fucking do this thing justice. Like, are you kidding me? I'm so excited. Oh! I had it. Kim, I had it and it went again. Oh my God. Kim, I did. I remembered it the other day and you just reminded me that I remembered it. And I had I did, and now I've fucking forgotten again. Oh my God. I'm so annoyed. Anyway, whatever. And how was that, like a week ago? Or is it not that long ago and I'm just that bad? My memory is just that bad. Just that bad. Honestly. Oh. Who's trying to call me? Was it Wednesday? It wasn't this Wednesday just gone. That was last Wednesday. Hello. So, anyway. It's, yeah, anyway, it's going to be good. It's going to be good. I'm getting very, very distracted by my dress. I did want to actually be sitting here working on it, but I need to figure out something to be more entertaining than that. It was this Wednesday just gone. This is, you know what? Okay, so a few years ago, before, when I had just sort of started smoking, I lost something quite expensive. It was a pair of headphones, and I didn't know where I'd left them, and I was, only smoking really on the weekends at that point. And then the next time I smoked, I was like, I remembered where the headphones were, and I went and I got them, like, immediately. I think I'm smarter when I'm stoned. I think I am quicker, more switched on, more able to human when I'm stoned. Because my brain just has ceased to function in the 24 hours since I last had a cone. Oh, it was not Wednesday. God. I honestly feel like maybe I am losing my mind. Maybe, not just maybe. Yeah. There could be something to say about that. Oh. Hey, Terry! Hello. Where have you been? I have had no visitors. Hello. I was expecting a visitor at some point. I don't know. Hey, babes. Are you on your lunch break or are you at work? You're skiving off. I won't tell. Oh, I was going to say, you can come today. We do have, it's family movie night tonight. So Ads and the kids will be here watching a movie. Oh, you're finished for the day. Well, come on round. Come on over. One of the kids is home watching some telly at the moment, so you'll have to compete for the lounge. Oh, that's right. You did tell me that you were having an early finish today. When was that? When did I see you last? This is what my brain's done to me. I thought it's been like a week since I've seen you. It hasn't been that long, has it? When did I last see you, Terry? Oh, God. Feels like I'm watching my Nan. Who are you and why are you competing for Nan status? Okay, Ricardo, I was just explaining to everyone my sewing status and what I'm doing in my latest sewing project. And then, yes, I did get distracted trying to ask my grandchildren when they were going to come and visit me next. You are correct. That is what just happened. So I'm glad. Oh, no, that was last Thursday. So that was a week ago. Okay, so I'm not that bad with my memory. That's fine then. I'm on the wrong page again though. T looks like someone's nana. Jesus. Yeah. I broke the stupid office program. Yeah, you've broken my brain too, Kim. I feel like I've fallen in what do you call it? A time warp hole where time is like, it's moving differently for everyone else as to what it is for me. What are you doing now? I'm doing this. I'm doing this, Terry. Like, oh, I just sat there for 30 seconds wondering what a Nana Jesus is. Autism for the win. Autism for the fucking win. I had it happen earlier today. I can't remember. There was something, major data breach. Major data breach. There was a woman on the TV dressed in an Admiral's uniform or an Army Navy uniform talking about federal police. It was a federal police officer wearing the federal police officer uniform. But when they were interviewing her on the screen, it said major data breach. And it made it look like her name was Data Breach. I just thought, yes! That's the same thing. I went, what? And then it clicked that the story was about a data breach because I was like, data breach? Like, major data breach? Like, how would you say, oh my God, Tamara, they're talking about the major data breach. Like, what the fuck? Oh my God. Just, yeah, sorry, no punctuation left in me. Fair enough. Spelling's hard enough without doing like spaces and full stops and all that other shit. Spaces are also a fairly new invention. Spaces, the spaces between words, they're a fairly recent invention. So we don't need those really. We survived perfectly fine without them for a very long time. This sounds like morning of trying to get office for Cole correctly in the dictation. Yes, I love that. I love when you're having. I was trying to get something to spell the other day and it wouldn't. Judaism. Trying to get I was saying, do not, don't conflate Israeli support for Israel with Judaism. And yeah, it took like an hour to get the computer to accept that I knew how to spell Judaism, and it didn't. Yeah, fuck grammar and grammar Nazis. Yeah. Why waste time say lot word when few word do trick? Exactly. And the other thing as well is people who harp on about things like punctuation, grammar, pronunciation, those sorts of things. That is just a way to focus on the way that you're saying things and to control your language instead of focusing on what you're saying. It's the same reason that whenever anyone tries to pull you up for swearing in a meeting, I had it happen to me once. I kid you. Okay, story time. Who wants to hear about the time I went fucking off at the inclusive organization who told me off for using the F word during a meeting? Who wants to hear about the time that HR had to eat its fucking hat because I did a really good job of helping them to see how what they were doing was they were using imperialist structural, what's the word? Imperialist structural tactics as a way to continue exerting influence and control over minority groups of the population. So I was in a meeting with HR where I had this meeting with HR. I had requested this meeting with HR because they had kept fucking shit up to the point that I had been asked to resubmit information to HR regarding like first aid certificates and things like that several times. Lots of different issues with their systems and things. And I had many issues with their systems. I work regionally, so there's no head office. There's no one for me to go and see. It's just me. I haven't met any of these people. I was interviewed via Skype. When they did training, they sent someone down to Perth to come down and do training with me. I don't know any of these people. I'm doing all of these meetings. I'm having all these appointments, all these issues. They're all happening via the phone and email and via Zoom meetings. And I'm down here by myself managing this entire region as the only support person in the region. So I say I want a meeting to talk to HR because I am sick and tired of how many hours a week I have to spend dealing with back-end shit that people in head office would be able to go to the person in HR and ask for help or get them to do it. Or, I'm expected to do a lot more legwork than the average person in this employer because of the position that I am regional. I don't get any extra money. I don't get extra support. Like I don't get any extras as a result of being regional because I'm not considered remote because I'm close enough to a major city. I'm 4 hours away from the closest major city, but whatever. So I'm not considered remote, but I am still regional. And so they don't have to give me any of the remote tools or supports or anything like that. I don't have to get any additional pay or any like additional travel allowance or anything that people who are working remote do get. But I still have a lot of the same negatives. Like I still have to travel 4 hours to go up there if I get called up there for a meeting or whatever. Like I'm still having all the same problems, none of the benefits. And all of this extra work just keeps getting shoved back on me because they're like, oh, well, it's just Tamara down there. She can do that. Like she can handle all of that office's stuff. And I was having this meeting with them and I was trying to explain, and I was going through this whole thing and I'm explaining to them all of the issues that I've been having, how, like, as far as I was concerned, I may as well be working down here by myself. Yeah, in what world is 4 hours close? I may as well be being completely on my own doing this without their organisation. I may as well quit and do it on my own because I'm the only, and this is what I said, because this is the thing that really frustrates me is you need me more than I need you. You have not offered me any support. You haven't, like, I've had to do all this work and all this onboarding and all of this back-end bureaucracy that you keep stopping me to do because you can't pay me. That was the other thing. They kept missing my pay because paperwork wasn't filed properly. And so I was going off my trolley. I wasn't going off my trolley at that point, but this is why I'd asked for the meeting, because we had days and days and hours of me saying, like, I hadn't got paid and I had to call and chase my pay, and they told me that this was the reason why, and it was an issue, it was something that I hadn't done, or it was a bit of paperwork that they didn't have, and it was always something, you know, that was like, oh, we're really sorry, it was just an issue that we couldn't have foreseen. And I was just, at this point I was over it, because I'm like, I have to spend more of my work hours trying to make sure you pay me than I actually spend working some weeks. And that's ridiculous. This is absolutely fucking ridiculous. And in the sentence to her, in the meeting to her, this is the sentence I said that got me in all this trouble. And so this is why shit hit the fan. I said, and you guys really need to understand that you need me a lot more than I need you, because I am the only caseworker within a 4-hour drive. I said, I'm the only fucking caseworker within a 4-hour drive of my location. And there are about 5 other not-for-profits right outside of my door that I could go and knock on the door and get a job with tomorrow. Like, you need me more than I need you. There is a massive demand down here for support. There are a dozen other not-for-profits down here working in the same space, and one of the others did headhunt me not long after this situation happened. I'm the only fucking caseworker that you have. I am the only fucking caseworker you have. And I keep having to call you in for meetings to make sure I get paid. And she stopped me and she said, I am going to stop the meeting there. It is inappropriate for you to use that language in this meeting. If you continue to use that language, I will stop this meeting. I will end this meeting there. I do not have to sit here and listen to you use that kind of language and speak to me that way. And I went, oh, Nelly. If you are going to try, and this is, I was like, woohoo, we are putting on let's make sure that we are saying everything we want the judge to hear us say in court. Let's make sure, because this is what people don't get either. My brain goes straight to, what's the magistrate going to say on reflection when he looks at this situation? Because I'm like lawyer brain. I go straight to, how is this going to look when it's presented in front of court? So I said, excellent, let's just ensure that this entire meeting has been recorded up until this point, and that everyone who is in this meeting has access to that recording, because what I say next I want to make sure is recorded for, you know, posterity purposes. What you have just done is a perfect example of what colonizers have done to Indigenous people like myself in this country since the late 1700s, using the way that we express ourselves and the language that we choose to use to express ourselves and express our pain and express our frustration as a way to dismiss what we're saying because you don't like the way we are saying it. By trying to change the conversation and make this conversation about the way I am expressing the frustration I am feeling at your failure as an organization to do your job to care for me as your employer, and to instead change this conversation and make it about the way I am expressing myself, is the absolute gold standard Karen move. Let's change the subject. Narcissist next needs to make sure that we turn this conversation back onto you. We need to focus on and change the topic completely onto something else, because we don't want to keep talking about this, because we don't have a leg to stand on. So instead of talking about the actual issue, we're going to talk about the way that you've been talking about the issue, because it's much more important, isn't it? Right now in this meeting, it's much more important that we discuss the way I am expressing my frustration at your lack of accountability for paying me, for taking care of my private and personal information, for the way that you treat our clients, for the way that you have dealt with me and the other provider, being the housing department, for the isolation that I have experienced, for the fact that I have been ignored multiple times when I have raised these issues, down to the fact that you have not been paying me correctly. We have a contract that says I am going to work a certain amount of hours and you are going to pay me, and you have not met your basic obligations under that contract since I started. But I use the F word in a meeting. So let's quickly stop everything to talk about that for a bit, shall we? And my manager was like, I think we need to stop this conversation. I think we're getting a bit heated. I think we need to take it. And I said, no one is getting heated. No one is getting fired up. No one is getting upset. I am expressing myself very succinctly. The problem is that you all are getting upset at being called out on your shit, and you're taking it as a personal ego attack, and you're taking it personally and getting all up in your egos about it instead of looking at the actual issue. So you want to make it about me and my language instead of you and your failure. That's what this is coming down to. Because of course, they then understand immediately, if a magistrate looks back at this meeting, if we get to the point of a court of law and this person is suing us because we have, acted horrendously in a workplace environment for how we've dealt with this person from the beginning, and now we're at the point of having a meeting in HR about our failures to adequately pay this person, meaning on time and correctly, and we're going to end the meeting because she said fuck. Your hand movements are attacking me. Oh, I'm so sorry. Struggling to find the right wording. Yep, halfway to nan status. Yep. But what's on the computer? Oh, I'm on TikTok. I'm on the other app I'm not allowed to talk about. The other one that starts with a T that I'm not allowed to talk about, Terrily. Sorry. Yeah, using your swearing as a scapegoat to avoid responsibility. Absolutely. Absolutely. And of course, they were not expecting because again, like, these people don't know me other than what they saw on my resume when it came through, which is that I live in a regional location, a small town, Tamara, Indigenous girl. They see all of that on a piece of paper and they think they know who they're dealing with. They have an idea in their head of who they're dealing with. Someone who doesn't have much experience in this industry, so they've taken, because it was a low-ranking position that I took. It was a part-time 3-day-a-week job. I was not looking to get into full-time work at the time. I was dealing with burnout, still dealing with it, very, very seriously. So I picked a very low-level position. Someone in the office needed a throat punch, obviously. Yeah, definitely. And I gave them a verbal one. I gave them a verbal throat punch, and it felt very, very good. But I chose a low-level position 3 days a week in an organization that was doing the kind of work that I wanted to do, because I wanted to be involved in that work still, but I did not. I knew I wasn't able to do more than that. Within being in that organization within a year, they had promoted me like 3 times. I ended up managing the entire region because, again, like, they hired me expecting something and they got something very, very different. And if you meet the kind of people that they hire for those kinds of jobs, it's the kind of people who rock up, tick a box, do what they're supposed to do in terms of... You okay, Charlie Bear?
Yeah.
What was that?
I just bumped my knee on the corner of the table.
Oh, you okay?
Yeah.
Oh, poor thing. Heard that little, oh. Yeah, but verbal throat punch. Verbal throat punch was very, I lost my job when they saw my neck tattoo not fully covered for a night shift. Fucking Sue. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? No fucking way. No fucking way. Oh my God. I love the fact that pricks look at me and won't employ me. Yep. Oh my gosh. How do I get rid of these people who just keep popping up doing this? Ah. God almighty. Far out. What is this? What happened on the 17th? What happened on the 17th? What did happen on the 17th? How was the 17th a week ago? I actually, honestly, I've got to be honest with you. Language has been one of those things that I have had a bee in my bonnet about for a long time. And one of the first long form videos that I wrote a script for was around language and language control as a tool of colonization. And like Catholicism, like Christianity, they all of those sort of religious sects, they all use it the same fucking way. I did also just realize that I was halfway through changing this to the ABC News website so that we could do some news review, and I never finished. I never finished it. The whole swearing thing is very interesting. Most people can't get past it, which is hilarious. And I get that. Like, I do understand. There's an ad starting in a second, so I will stop in a second. I do understand that. Like, I absolutely do understand people saying that, you know, there's a time and a place, and there are places where it's not appropriate and all the rest of it. But I think what's really important for people to understand, though, is that you can request respectful language from someone without making their language the subject of the discussion. And the way to do that isn't to say, okay, I'm going to stop this conversation. It's to say, look, I completely understand your frustration. I'm hearing a lot of that frustration, particularly in the language that we're using. Just because this is a formal office environment, can I ask you to refrain from cursing? I completely understand that it's a result of the passion that you're feeling and the frustration that you're experiencing, but just because it is a work environment, I would ask you to refrain from swearing in this context. To me, that would be, okay, yeah, no worries, I can completely understand that. That's not a problem. That wasn't what happened, because the point wasn't to address the swearing and then continue. The point was to derail the conversation. That's the thing. You can pull up someone on their language. You can ask someone to change their language. You can ask someone without making that and without it being about derailing the conversation. When people try and use whatever they're feeling, I'm hurt, I'm upset, you've done this, as a way of derailing the conversation, of changing the topic, they're not genuine people. They're not genuinely trying to solve anything. Definitely fucking not. Abso-fucking-lutely not. And that again, this is what was happening in this situation. I could abso-fucking-lutely see that from the whole, like, I will end this conversation. Oh, will you? You're going to give me one fucking warning about using a word appropriately in a sentence that was not addressed at anyone. I was talking about myself and referring to myself. Wasn't addressed at anybody else. Whatever. Anywho. Stretch. I forgot we were supposed to do a stretch a little while ago. Stretch, everyone. Oh, and someone's going to hydrate as well. Hydrate. I know it's supposed to be water, but anyway. Oh. Far out. So, is Pepsi Max not a water replacement? Shit. No, it's not. I didn't know either. Apparently, it's like the opposite. Apparently, when your kidneys are screaming out for Pepsi, your kidneys don't scream out for Pepsi. That's wrong. The kidneys don't scream out for Pepsi. The kidneys scream out for water. And if you give them Pepsi, they yell louder. The yelling doesn't get any quieter. Yeah. Oh, I made a cup of tea at 12:45 and I finally got up to drink it at 4 p.m. Well done. Well done. I made a cup of tea yesterday and I got to have it, I didn't drink it, actually. This morning when I opened the microwave to put my cup of coffee in there to microwave it, I found my cup of tea from yesterday. So I made a cup of tea last night at about 6 p.m. that I never enjoyed. Yeah. So then give me more Pepsi. Yeah. Surely. Yeah. I just like, that was, what a phrase was that, you know? Can you screaming out for Pepsi? Oh. Now, there are some good things today. Far out. Far out. So, the NDIS Insurance Scheme Watchdog has decided that organised crime is rorting from the NDIS at an exorbitant rate. What is good about Friday? Friday has been noisy thus far. I'm very noisy. I'm very noisy on a Friday. I'm very, very noisy on a Friday. I don't know. I literally as far as the NDS is concerned, as I said, it was Labor's last good idea, and they haven't done anything good for us since then. And in fact, they seem to be trying to wind back any of the good things that they ever actually fucking did do. But yeah, it's very, very frustrating. Yeah, it has not. And what was really frustrating about the NDIS as well is that it was rolled out over East so much earlier than it was rolled out over here. So there was a lot of stuff. There were a lot of issues that were kind of imported over here that had already they'd been aware of and been addressed over East, but they were already imported over here before being addressed. And so we've got issues that they've already addressed elsewhere, but there are issues here. Like, it's just, yeah, it's a huge, community is the best answer, but we're not going to get that, obviously. Now, the case against Donald Trump has been rested in New York. Has anyone heard about that? I know it's not the most interesting news in the world. I'm sure nobody besides me is even that interested in what's going on in the US at the moment with his case. But the prosecution rested their case. It went for 5 weeks altogether. Haven't heard shit about him in a while. I think because a lot of people have been... Everyone was wondering if Trump was going to take the stand, right? So the defense... The prosecution... The court case went for like 5 weeks. Prosecution had like 4 of those weeks. The defense took a week and didn't even call Donald Trump to the stand, which a good idea in a criminal case. Really good idea. Former leader of the free world going to jail. Yeah. So Wednesday next week is when closing arguments begin. So Wednesday coming up is when we'll have closing arguments begin and the jury will be sequestered to, deliberate. I'm trying to see. It doesn't look as though anything in particular came out of the defense that is going to make it likely. I mean, it looks... I don't know. It weirds me out a little bit. It looks like he's going to try. It looks like he's going to jail. It looks as though Donald Trump is going to jail. His defense didn't really seem all that invested in his defense, did they? Yeah. Yeah. So Nikki Haley has apparently re-entered the chat as well over in the US, which it just makes me laugh so much. I mean, at the end of the day, good on Nikki Haley for just hanging on for dear life, like on the hope that Trump goes to jail and she's the only option that they fucking have. I don't know. She declined to endorse him when she dropped out of the race as well. Oh, what? No, she's since come out and said that she will be voting for Trump. Yeah. Well, that's a mistake, isn't it? Because he's going to go to prison. Well, there goes any hope of seeing Nikki Haley again. Not that I had any hope of seeing her, honestly. She's just as bad as the rest of them. But he can still be president from jail. He can still be president from jail. I don't think anyone... I do understand what people are saying, that his following is just that scary, that we really believe that he could become president from jail. I honestly, genuinely have to say, I don't really think he will. Like, I do think people will stop voting for him. Yeah, this is the case to do with the fraud. Yeah. Different view, same wonderfulness. Thanks for joining us, Kellyanne. You didn't get to see the dress before. You didn't get to see the dress before because you were over on the other one. Hang on, I'll move the camera for you. there's the front, and here's the back, and here's the back. It's not a great view, but everyone who joins on the over on here gets to see it. It's asymmetrical, so we've got the one side here, that side there, and then we're gonna have the chain coming down the back there as well. So yeah, and this is the front. This is the front. So there's another piece that's got to come in here. Obviously, that's. I don't know if you can see the pen line that I've drawn on there. I draw directly on my mannequins when I'm drafting, pattern drafting this way. But there's one more piece that's got to go there, and then that'll be the bodice basically done. I've just got to figure out, well, I've got to do it in the actual fabric, really, is the main thing. What? His favourite to win still, even though it looks like he's going to prison. I am very concerned about the US. Lady of Many Says, well, thank you. Thank you. I do like to sew a lot. Sewing is, I honestly, if anyone was to say to me, okay, like, you know how people like monetize your hobbies? Because this is just an extension of my job. This is just what I do all day, every day. This is just constant for me, talking about, the world and the issues and trying to make it a little bit better through whatever means possible. If I was going to monetize my hobby, it would be sewing. Like, this is the thing that I would be, if it was like, you have to monetize all of your hobbies just because we can't afford to live anymore. Yeah. Make the internet cloud thingies work. Dude, I can't even get my internet to work so I can get on the cloud. I don't even have a direct line to the cloud. You're talking to the wrong person. The wrong person. My hair is finally starting to calm down. It's starting to relax a little bit. That moisturizer's doing wonders for it. That's good. Burnout left me with 0 hobbies. I've forgotten what I like. Burnout had left me with no hobbies as well. It had been a very long time since I had done any sort of sewing. And then when I had to go into the psych ward, when I had to go in my little groupie socks vacation because couldn't take it anymore, that was it. I was like, mentally done. The brain tapped out, couldn't take anymore. It was the first time I'd done any sewing in a long time. I actually took some hand sewing in there with me. You feeling sick? Like vomit sick or vomit or coffee? Both. Do you mind unlocking that? Hit that unlock button for me. Do you want me to get you some Panadol? Yeah? Okay. I'll grab you some Panadol, love. Being broke left me need resources to discover my hobbies. No. And so, if you would like to take up a very cheap hobby, sewing is not that, unless you go to like op shops, thrift shops, buy tablecloths, curtains. Like, I will say that it does pay for itself if you start making your own clothes. Yeah, and again, only if you don't buy cheap clothes to start off with. Only if you're not really the kind of person who buys cheap clothing. Save that clothing money and spend it on fabric and sewing machines. But yeah, no, I've spent thousands on my fabric alone. Like, this dress, if I was to say to you, okay, here's the thing, this dress, oh, thanks, Chaos, like having you here. Thank you so much. I like the Yena, very cute. So this dress, by the time I've finished it, will have only cost me $60? $60 maybe, $50 it would have cost me to make. Not including all the hours and hours and hours of time and like the hand sewing and everything that I'm going to be doing with it. But that doesn't take into account the fact that I've got $1,000 sewing machine and, a $400 or $500 overlocker and thousands of dollars worth of threads and embellishments and all of the time and skill and the hours I've spent practicing and the hours I spent learning and it doesn't take into account all of that, obviously. So, as much as the fabric might not be you can buy cheap fabric, no problem. but it's just that you do end up spending a lot of money on a lot of other stuff. But this is for a good cause. So I'm making a lovely, pretty, shiny, beautiful ball gown, and then I'm going to auction it off. Did you tell your Twitcher? I did, but the app doesn't like it when you do that. It sends everyone away when you do that. So instead, I just tell everyone it's the same username everywhere. I'm on the same username everywhere. And I am going to actually put the second camera on here. What I might do when we're doing the live stream is I'll have a camera on the mannequin at all times so that you guys can see what I'm doing and watch. Do you think people would actually just like pay to just watch me sit here sewing? Like, is that reasonable? Is that really reasonable? I know, it is so much fun to make plastic junk. Yeah, 3D printer's the same problem, I think. You gotta, like, it may not be that expensive to just buy the filament, but there's the machinery and there's the hours of practice and the hours of, like, you know, I can't even tell you how many hours I have spent hand stitching over my life. But when I went into the psych ward, I took my hand sewing in with me, just because I took a couple of books and things in there to read, but I'd been having a hard time focusing and reading. I'd really been, yeah, plastic isn't that easy to recycle, no. Yeah, filament is, yeah. You can do it yourself, and you can use other plastic as a filament. So you can reuse, like, you can get your plastic, can't you? You can like process plastic into filament to use in those machines as well. Yeah, you can chew it up there. Yeah. So as long as, yeah, there you go. And my kid, I'm not even kidding, my kid really wants, he's really, oh, thanks Saint Chaos for following us over on Twitch. Lovely to have you here joining us. So good. Drink bottles instead of putting them in the recycling, which isn't actually recycling. Yeah, exactly. Using plastic to do that with instead of putting them in the recycling bin would be much, much better, because the recycling bin just goes straight to the rubbish. It doesn't really, you know, most of it just goes straight to the rubbish. So yeah, absolutely. And whatever, and you can, honestly, I have decided recently that I want to take up pottery. Never done it before. No fucking idea how to do it. Well, I've done a little bit in the past, and I've never really been that good at it. But I did a little bit of research, have done a little bit looking around, and there is a local pottery club, which I joined up to, and I've been going along and seeing them. And I just got to tell you that it's very, very cool. It's very, very cool. It's not that expensive to join. You don't need to have any equipment. They've got access to all the equipment there. And even though you might not necessarily be able to make anything or do anything to start off with, because you don't have any clay or anything like that to be able to do it yourself, you still get a lot of experience, and you get to learn a lot about it and see if you enjoy it before putting in all that investment. Because I thought I was going to really, really, really fucking love fermentation. Okay, I got into a bit of a brewing hobby a little while ago. You know, was making my own, just doing a bit of brewing, having a bit of fun. Spent all this money on the equipment because I was like, yep, this is something that I'm enjoying and I'm going to get into it. Never unwrapped the equipment. Stopped doing it once the equipment arrived. I stopped doing it. Luckily, I have a family member who's really big into fermentation and has been for years. So they were able to make use of the equipment. It did not go, kombucha and kefir. Kefir is I've been brewing my own ginger beer and stuff as well. But yeah, I just went all out, and like ginger beer and kefir and that I'll do. But yeah, just, I don't know why I thought that I was going to suddenly start, I'm going to go to Spud Shed and get tubs and tubs. Not that I have a Spud Shed here, but, you know, I'm going to go to Spud Shed while I'm in Perth and get tubs of strawberries and make strawberry wine, because I've been fermenting kefir, and that's the next step, right? Huh? What? You and who? You with what time? And you don't even drink. You don't even drink alcohol. You're going to start making all this fucking alcohol and do what with it? Put it in your cupboard with the rest of the alcohol that you don't consume that just sits there getting more gross and less delicious every year? I didn't make it. Went to the chemist instead. I fermented kefir too long and made booze. Ooh. I have kefir that has been fermenting in my fridge for far too long. I was using too many of the kefir beans, legumes. What are they? That sounds like fun. Yes. It would be if I actually did it. I didn't, however. Purchase the equipment. Oh, Belle, I have to. You're going to laugh so much too. You know what I told you last night? We're on the same. We're on the same fucking cycle. We are on the same never-ending cycle with this one. It is just like, it is rinse, repeat. Fuck it up, rinse, repeat. Right, fuck it up, rinse, repeat. 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 Yep. I gotta say, I think half the time I'm too easygoing for my own good. I keep ending up in these situations where I'm just like, what is happening right now? Do I understand what's happening? Do I actually understand what's happening, or am I being taken for a ride? And yeah, it's definitely, but it just, anyway, doesn't matter at all. Doesn't matter at all. But every single time I'm just like, what am I doing? What am I doing? Like, why do I do this to myself? Why? Hey, so it is 2:00, and this would usually again be the time when I would be wrapping up, because I would have been online for like 4 hours at this point, and we've not even been online for 2. We're having a very slow day today. Now, I think they don't know how to handle it. Oh, absolutely not. Are you kidding me? Absolutely, that's what it is, Belle. Are you kidding me? I'm definitely not confused and know exactly what's going on. Oh, no, okay. Right. So I'm happy to share with the chat. I have had a bit of a flirtation that I have had going on with somebody, not naming any names, staying very, very quiet. And I keep doing this thing that I do where I'm very, very forward. I have no shits given whatsoever. I'll just say it. Like, I'll just come out and fucking say it. And so an opening was given, and so I just came out and said it, and I did what I always do, and I scared them the fuck away. I'm fine with that, but it just makes me laugh. And this is why Belle's laughing, because this person is very shy. This person is very shy and retiring, and is a very, very easily startled. Very, very easily startled. So when I laughed earlier and I said that I was very single, I am very, very single, because anytime I even remotely get close to having a flirtatious with someone, I'm like, oh, you're hot, wanna fuck? And then they run. No riz, this bitch. No fucking riz. Oh shit, I forgot my daughter was in the next room. She's wearing headphones, it's fine. Oh god. I forgot she was home. Oh. Forgot she was home. Don't let her hear. Don't let her hear that. Oh, embarrassing. I would say that that's all. No fucking way. I am so bad. I'm the worst. So my mate, we went out on New Year's. Okay, story time. Don't forget what the links are there for, guys. Post, link, comment, link, donate, link, Rafa. That's why we're doing it. I am looking at all of my lovely followers on the purple streamy chatty place where I am at the moment. Oh, and who are you talking to? There's literally 5 people there. Yeah, all of my friends and I are over in the other place chatting. That's who I'm talking to. This is where my friends are. And there are 7 people here. I'm sorry, don't discount those other 2. Just because, like, they might not be your friends. Come on. And half of those 7 people are the same people I'm talking to over on Twitch. We're doubling up. We're doubling up. Also, there's 9 now, so there you go. Even better. Oh, Kim's still having computer problems. I would say if it's not working, Kim, it's not supposed to. And you just have to let them know that. Look, it's clearly not supposed to work. So I'll take a photo of it and send you the photo instead. That works, doesn't it? I'm here, not there, because the new layout of the other site was too overwhelming. Ah. Do you know what? I don't look at it either when I'm streaming because I also find it overwhelming. Oh, you're trying to upload the photo. No, I meant like just send them the photo. Can you like send it in the mail? Like, I don't know. I am not helpful at all. What file type is it? Does it need to be compressed? That's a word. That's a computer word. Maybe try compressing the file. Sorry, Kim. I understand how frustrating it is. I understand how frustrating it is when something is not working and you can't get it to work and no one can, and I'm not being helpful at all. So I'm pretty sure that this is the worst thing I could be fucking doing right now and I should stop. Talking in 2 places couldn't be me. Couldn't be me. No, Dominic. Why would you be in 2 places? Yeah, I might actually. I think I am. I didn't think there would be as much of the background showing as what there is. And that moving frog is just moving too much. How big is it? That sounds like a very... Belle, my mind was on a very different place. So when I read how big is it... Because you know where my mind went, don't you? You know where my mind went? I was like, Belle, not appropriate. Kim, you are under no obligation to answer that question. Oh, it's a uni project. Oh, assignment. Oh, no. Oh, it's an assignment. Oh, okay. Who wants another story time about the time I almost didn't graduate uni because I didn't realize I hadn't submitted my last assignment? My very last assignment. Like the last assignment I had to do. Oh. Did I not finish the last story time? What was the last story time about? What was the last story time about? I haven't even had a cone. Speaking of, that's not coming. New Year's. Oh, okay. All right, yeah, okay. I went out with my friend on New Year's, okay? This is how little riz I have. This is how bad I am. This is how little riz I am. We're out and we're dancing, and this guy comes up and puts my arm around my friend. Oh, wait, uni so you can graduate at? Apparently, yeah. So this guy comes up anyway, he puts his arm around my friend, and me being me, I just grabbed him and pulled him away and went, no, we won't be doing that, and like just pulled him away. And, oh, look in Mod Squad's DMs. Oh, okay. Mod Squad DMs. Where's the Mod Squad DMs? Bleep, bloop, blop, Mod Squad. Ooh. T needs to make a tism-friendly layout. I do. Yes, going out New Year's. So, so I pulled this guy off of her anyway, and I was like, no. She's like, oh, wow. Oh. That's interesting, isn't it? Oh, wow. Oh, sorry. Now I'm just like looking at these churches. These are absolutely beautiful. I'm getting absolutely drawn in by this. Now, this is what's so dangerous about doing this. Whenever anyone sends me anything, I get so distracted. Shit. What was I saying? So pretty. So pretty. Yeah, sorry, chat. No, I will not explain it by typing. No, you don't need to. No, they're gorgeous. I really like how they're all taken. Like they're just, it really does feel like a snapshot of someone standing while time's been moving around them. That's kind of the impression that I get from looking at them, if that makes sense. Siobhan, hi, Siobhan. How are you? Good to see you again. Yes, we've got all our lovely voidists here today. We're having a lovely time. We're having a lovely time. I'm having a very lovely time because I've been showing everyone my dress. I'm doing very, very well. Sorry, I just had to stop then because I could hear my little girl singing in the other room. I was like, she's all good. She's all good. So anyway, so I pull the singing, I know, the singing to herself. Typology, if you look up Becca or Fiskin, you'll see what it's all based around. Oh, fantastic. Oh my gosh, we've got to add in a minute. I hadn't even finished this story. So anyway, I pulled this guy off and I was like, no, off you go. Then of course I figured out after like 20 minutes that he was trying to flirt with my friend, and my friend had likewise been trying to flirt with him. I just like, no, grabbed his arm, pulled him away. No, off you go. Like literally dragged him away. And my friend had to come over and be like, Tamara, calm the fuck down. This is where this sort of thing happens. You know, he and I were sort of chatting and he came over and anyway, I was like, oh, okay, sorry. Overexcited, defensive friend here. Don't mind me. All right, and we are back on an ad break. Now I'm going to get some Dimmadon for my little girl, get her some pain relief quickly and put the kettle on. We'll be right back. And I didn't finish the last story time. What the next story time was going to be about something, and I'd finished that story time now about how I have no rears, and it wasn't even that interesting of a story. It was just about the time that a friend was trying to hook up, and I cock-blocked her. And I'm very sorry. I'm very, very sorry. Okay. Yep, the last assignment that I did. We'll wait till we get back from the ads to do that. The last assignment that I did that I almost didn't graduate because I forgot to submit it. I forgot to hand it in. Tell me, is my brain working better or worse now that I don't have? I think it's worse. I feel like time is moving slower but also quicker, if that makes sense. I'm not doing well without the week, guys. I refuse to graduate. They'll have to kick me out. Fair enough. Fair enough. And look, I'm paying all this money to be here. Why should I leave? That's... It should be permanent, right? Oh. Ooh. Yes. So... When I was at uni, we're back from ads. Thank you all so much. Back from ads. I've meant to go and get my daughter. The ads don't seem to be going anywhere near as long as they used to. I used to get like a full minute and a half of ads to go and pee, and now I just feel like they're not lasting as long. I have books to read at uni. Yeah, fuck off until I read all the books in the library. Agreed. Many, many books to be read. Many books to be read. And, yeah, the government of pricks. And you get access to all of those books and all those journal articles, and they keep writing new journal articles. They keep publishing new journal articles about things that I'm interested in. How am I supposed to learn if you keep putting them behind paywalls? Finished all my psych units, but kept changing my minor. Yeah, I did a triple major in the end because I had all the courses for all three. I had all the units for all three majors. How bad's that? Yar. She ended up working at the uni she graduated from. There were plenty of lecturers and like teachers' assistants who were enrolled in units at uni just so they could have access to the library when I was there. Like so many of the teaching assistants were like doing languages, like doing a language course. Pretty much everyone who worked there was doing a language course just as something to do. Like on their lunch break, they would take an hour every day to go to the one unit that they were doing in French or whatever it was. And I knew because I was in these language units with them, studying these classes with them. Yeah, they invented an economy around it. Absolutely. Stay at uni for the library access. Yep. Oh, yeah, definitely don't pirate it. Live Gen definitely shouldn't be used to pirate books and papers. Yeah, yep, and definitely we're not going to pin that comment so that everybody can see it. Definitely not. I think that's what I'll do, another major. Absolutely. So my last ever assignment, now, do you know what my last ever assignment was on? I'm going to tell you because you're not going to be able to guess. You're not going to be able to guess. But my last ever assignment was on the history of Australia and the history of Australia's relationship with asylum seekers through a media lens. So how the media has framed and shaped Australia's relationship with asylum seekers and refugees, particularly, people coming over via ocean, over the Are we back? Did we ever go? Yes. Oh, has it? Oh, hey, I'm back. Okay, see, this is the problem because I was in OBS and OBS only just told me that it had stopped. My bitrate only just registered in OBS that it was no longer transmitting. Like, literally just now. This is so frustrating. I hate having 6 windows open at once. I hate having to have so many windows open at once. I'm no good at it. I'm no good at it. I only missed a little bit. Okay. All right. I do mean it though. I am going to try to get better at this. You know why? That's why. Because the chat box wasn't opened. Here we go. Pop out. How many monitors do you have? One. I have one monitor, Dominic. We are so professional around here. There we go. Fuck better. How do you know? How can you rate me on my ability to fuck? I fuck. Another monitor would make life much easier, Dominic. I have no doubt. I honestly would just like, no, you fuck. I would actually like not to have an Apple computer. I would like my operating system not to be iOS. I feel like that was, I just like spat. I just spat on myself. So attractive. So attractive. Tell me all again how you're single. How you're so single. It's Intel. I've got an Intel core. Yeah. I remember when I was at primary school and I was sort of helping to set up all of the, computers and that, like at the school. I was just like, and the teacher was going around asking what type of computer you had. And one of the kids in class said that he had a Pentium processor. And I went, oh shit, like I've got a dual core processor or whatever. And he was like, oh, and we started having this chat. But all the other kids in the class all either said they had the same computer he had, or I don't know. And then anyway, it just reminded me of that. Anytime anyone says Intel, I immediately get taken back to that moment in class when I made friends with Daniel because we both started talking about whatever processing core our computers were operating on. when I was 12. Oh, you could just install Windows or Linux then. I could too. Oh, I could too. You're right. Oh, why didn't I think of that? I have seen people do this shit before. And I even tried on my old laptop. It was I replaced the drive for a solid state drive when solid state drives first came out because that computer now is 12 years old. So it obviously finished. Remind me to find you a cheap one that will do this and you can set up the gold thingy to do it. A 486DX, don't you know? Did not know at all. No, did not know that. Was not familiar. But I have the information now. Look at you guys taking care of me. Yeah, because solid state drives are the bee's knees. Agreed. Solid state drives are the bee's knees. I want to know what is going on with it. Are my ads coming more frequently but for shorter periods of time? What is going on? Because I feel like we're in another ad already. Sorry, guys. I am I'm just going to go to my settings and see what is going on because I'm not opposed to having ads. But like, it just feels like they're a lot. Yeah, they were every half hour, and there was meant to be. They were every half hour. Oh, is that what I set it at? That's a lot, isn't it? Like, that's a lot of fucking ads. I don't know if I would watch half an hour of television to then sit through a whole minute and a half of ads. You know what I mean? Like, that's a lot of ads. Had an Atari 1080 before that. I recognize the words, but there is like it's like, you know, when you speak a language and you know about 40% of the words, and so you're like, I know what you're talking about, but not enough to get involved in this conversation. I could later on, if someone asked me in an exam situation to explain what the discussion was about, I could do that. Just like learning another. Yes, Twitch is working again. Yes. Sorry, guy. I didn't realize it wasn't. I didn't realize this was all on there, just waiting for me to get my shit together. We had Amstrads at school, and I used them for video editing in the very 90s and early 90s. We had MacBooks. We had the Apple Mac with the different colourful backs on them at school. And yeah, so I learned how to edit videos using, what do you call it? Whatever Windows used to have back in the day. I did journalism. When I was younger, I wanted to be a journalist. How funny is that? Honestly, now that I'm no longer in the cult as well, I really wish it's the kind of thing. Oh, I would have loved. Would have loved. We had apples in the primary school in the art department. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, okay. I'll be over there. Hi. I'm here. You can all rest easy now. We were panicking. There was like heart palpitations, panic attacks. Like it was helter skelter. And yes, the ad breaks are set for 1.5 minutes. Okay. Oh, we're in an ad break. We are in the middle of an ad break. Ad in progress. Apples in primary school. No. Oh, no. I wasn't old enough, I don't think. There was an apple at one of the primary schools I went to. But no, I was thinking more about high school. When my last year of primary school, which is now classified as the first year of high school, that was the first year my primary school got computers, and me and my mates, like we were the year 7 kids, the oldest kids at school, we set them all up. We were in there all plugging them in, and I was going around with the CD drives and putting them into all of the computers to load up the programs on all of them because, yeah. They weren't invented when I was in primary school. No, we used to practice typing though. Our school had typewriters for us to practice typing on. Computers were a thing, but we didn't have access to them. But for our computer skills, we used to practice touch typing on a keyboard. And that is one of the reasons, okay, I have to apologize to everyone who has ever had to listen to me type. But because I learnt on an old school typewriter, I smack the fuck out of them keys. Smack that keyboard. Like, I am violent with my keyboard. I once worked at a job, I know I've told this story before, but I once worked at a job that my typing was so loud that the CEO of the corporation had to build, like he had the wall between our offices, he had it taken down. I had to go work somewhere else for a week so he could have the wall taken down and rebuilt so that he didn't have to listen to my typing through the wall, because I would be sitting there typing all day, just like... I have a clacky keyboard for double plus extra good noise. I'm not even trying to get the noise. I get the extra clicky clacky without even trying. Because typewriters, have you ever used a typewriter to type? The keys are quite heavy. Like it's not like you could just brush past it and then like, oh, I sneezed and a letter A appeared on the screen. No, if you want an A to be on the screen, you need to let that A know. It's the only fucking way. IBM Model M, buckling spring. I love a good clacky keyboard. Yeah, clacky keyboards. My keyboard is from 1992. I have a silent keyboard, but you can still hear me type. Yeah, my keyboard is supposed to be a silent keyboard too, but you can still hear me type. Bet you can hear me type through the Blue Yeti. Which, by the way, I have been told that this is like a terrible microphone. It picks up everything, and that's a bad thing. Okay, I'll just turn it down quieter and yell louder, I guess. I think it's working well. Has there been a downgrade in sound quality since we moved over to the Blue Yeti, or does everyone else feel like there's been an increase in sound quality? You can change the setting of the issue. Yeah, someone just said that the Blue Yeti was like screaming into a tin can with a string. And I said, it's a pretty fucking expensive and very heavy and very impressive looking tin can. I don't know. Hello, the void. We're back, Kellyanne. We're back. You can put a cover on it too. Yeah, and I probably will. My colourful cover that I made for the TikTok. I'll probably like do something like that, like make another cover or get a cover and decorate it in my colours for the live streams again. The Blue Yeti sounds fine. It's super sensitive. That can be mitigated by suppression software though. Yeah. And I think I'd rather do that than try and I don't know. Like if this is all I'm doing, I just don't really feel like I'm not going to be out here recording. I'm not about to start recording an album, guys. I'm sorry. I know I have been tempting you all with my badly written Taylor wannabe poetry. Uses every letter. That sentence my mum taught me to learn typing. Oh, yeah. That uses every letter. The quick brown fox jumped over the lazy. I'm not even in there. Not even in the box. The quick brown dog jumped over the lazy dog. I'm not going to actually send that though. That's annoying. Yes, that's the one. I don't know why it's the dog has to be lazy. Not jumps. Oh, jumps. To get the S. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. Yeah, you don't get the S without jumps. It's not jumped. Because you get D from dog. Yeah, so it's jumps. You're right. Jumps. The dog has to be lazy, otherwise there's no Z. But why couldn't he be, I don't know. I get that lazy is the word that we have to have in this context, but there are other sentences. I'm sure someone else has come up with another sentence that doesn't have lazy in it. Because it could be hazy. Something could be hazy. The dog could be bedazzled. I do like the idea of a bedazzled, bejeweled dog. And if I was bedazzled, I wouldn't want to be jumping either, though. So I'd be lazy if I was bedazzled too, though. So maybe that's it. Maybe the dog was bedazzled and that's why he's lazy. Maybe I'm losing my bloody mind, and I need to stop. But as I said before, would you guys be interested in watching the process behind this? I want to get a little bit more done of it before I bring her on camera. I want to get at least the seams and I want to get the under part of it done. I'm going to get the under part of it done and then we're going to do the top layer together over live stream. All right, look. What, Dominic? Look at what? What are we looking at? You tell me. You tell us. I may have thought you said vajazzled for a second. Vajazzled is even better. I reckon with a word like vajazzled out there, we might even be able to find a word that had every single letter in it. That's a new word, but all dogs also have riz. Hey, yeah, the dog could have riz. Very, very true. Very true. And we spent a lot of time today talking about language. See how important this is? Just calling the dog lazy has gotten us on a 20-minute tangent about language and how important it is. Hey, got to hit the shop before school pickup. Thanks for the company. No worries, Kellyanne. Thank you so much. My alarm just went off for school pickup as well. But my kids catch the bus now. So that just means I have to sit here and wait for them to arrive home. Though the boy does not want to catch the bus today, he has said. So his father will be picking him up. What if I just do a dance? If I just do a dance, do you reckon I could get... If I dance, would you guys do the GoFundMe? If I keep dancing, like, feel the GoFundMe, and I'll dance. Hey, we hit $21,000, guys! We're over $21,000. Ah! I don't know when that happened. It happened at some point during this live stream. I have missed it, but I'm very excited. We're at $21,000. That is me screaming like my interpretive dance. Woo! Yeah, my voice keeps cracking. I'm like, wah! I can't, like at the moment, I can't get up that high. But I am very excited. I am very, very excited. I am also, I've been on here for 2 hours already. Gosh almighty. How much longer should we stick around for? Is everyone looking, screaming silently? Yes. Now, there are a couple of options now because I'm getting to that point where I need some entertainment myself. So here are options. I have to make food. Well, you go make food then, Kim. We will allow it. Food is important. So I suppose, you know, we can see our way towards allowing you to do food. Fine. I've definitely missed it. It's definitely not arriving on Monday now. That is not a problem. Not a problem. Fine, you can eat, I guess. But what am I going to do to entertain myself now? This is the thing, especially if you're off to make food and you're off to... How did the doctor go too, Belle? Did you get everything sorted? Are you feeling better? Did you manage to find anything that's going to actually, like, help? Because that's the problem that I always find, unfortunately. So... I am, however, let's just jump over onto, we have to refresh, obviously, because we haven't, I'm interacting with the Minotaur. I don't want to interact with the Minotaur. Go away, Minotaur. I want to interact with the web page. Interact. 2 new stories just added. Let's see what's brand new in. Oh my God. How's that for the top story right now? Waitlist times for men seeking help for violent behaviour reach 5 months as organisations call for more support. Now, men's behavioural change programs have absolutely been a major issue. Now, there is a program that has been pushed for, and we have someone in our local area who's been pushing for this program for years and years and years and years to try and get this thing off the ground, to try and get it started, and cannot get the funding for it. Trying to get funding for perpetrators is so fucking impossible. And the really difficult thing is obviously is that people want to put money towards helping victims of these situations, but it often is going to be a lot better if we put that money on the other side into preventing it, like unload the bullet instead of trying to invest in getting everyone bulletproof vests, you know? Got to address the cause. Absolutely. And with the rise of people like Andrew Tate, the manosphere in general. Yeah, no worries. I hope you're feeling better. Belle. I hope everything's sort of, you know. Hang on, I'm just gonna turn that down a little bit. Maybe that'll work as well. Anywho, yeah, and the frustrating part of it is that we could do a lot more benefit a lot quicker by addressing it at the other end of the scale. And people also, Not everyone wants to leave their partner. Not everyone wants to leave their partner even when that partner is violent, even when that partner is abusive, even when that partner is maybe the worst possible thing for them. Not everyone wants to leave their partner. And the focus in these conversations is always on the women. Like, women should leave, like services for women, support for women. Women are experiencing the problem. But if we had, for example, an area where, I don't know, it's capitalism. I can't actually find any fucking examples that work. Okay, it's the exact same thing with the Lismore floodplains. We have an area of the country that floods constantly, and we keep putting all of this money into trying to repair the homes and trying to develop the area rather than just going, well, this is a floodplain. Not really the place to live. Let's just go do something fucking else instead. They're putting the money on the wrong end of the scale, if that makes sense. Like, same with the fucking housing crisis. Same with so many of these issues. Like, it's just, you wait until it gets to an absolutely explosive point where you've got no choice, but you have to do something about it. That's the way politics works. Politics ignores the issue. While it's a burr, while it's a stone in the shoe, they'll ignore it until journalists across the aisle are shooting daggers at them. That's when they will start addressing an issue. So this is why when we talk about the multiple streams model of public policy, we talk about how important public support is for an issue, how important the public's perception of an issue is to the policy change that will happen. Because similarly with things like moral panics, I know I posted a video recently on moral panics, and at the time when I posted it, everyone got a bit upset with me because I said this moral panic is going to die down soon. Like, we are going to see a die down in this particular moral panic. And we have started to see that happen. We have started seeing that moral panic dying down. But at the time when I posted it, we were in the middle of the moral panic and everyone was like, that's a really awful stand to take. People are dying. Yeah, moral panics are terrible. People are rotting in prison because of the last fucking moral panic that grabbed this country by the fucking ballsack. And they're still going to be, and we still have people going to prison for the last fucking moral panic that grabbed this country by the ballsack. So, yeah, I'm not at all saying that moral panics are not a serious issue, but just that what happens when you get a moral panic and you get a lot of public support for an issue, politicians will jump on that to push forward policy they already want. Howard did it with 9/11. He wanted to push for immigration reform. They wanted a particular policy. They were trying to push for that policy. There was a widespread public pushback against them the entire fucking time. And then 9/11 happened. And then there was this massive moral panic about, people coming from other countries that we don't know. And fucking Howard jumped on that to push through a lot of anti-terrorism legislation and a lot of anti-immigration legislation and a lot of immigration and a lot of policy that seeks to criminalize asylum seekers, which is completely against every human rights code out there. I've got no mustard, just saying. Oh, no mustard? Are you out of mustard? I was wondering if this was like a saying that I wasn't familiar with and the autism was creating conversation issues, but the issue is that we stop panicking and forget. Oh, yes, yeah, no. So, yeah, moral panic is when people try and use morality to control other people's behavior and to create legislation to control that behavior. Moral panic is something that's very different versus an actual issue that arises that needs our attention that we just then ignore. A moral panic is something that's very particular and specific. So yeah, and in cases of policy and legislation, moral panics are very dangerous because often we will have very poorly thought through, damaging, not well argued, not well researched policy that gets pushed through very, very quickly to try and quell the public's panic over an issue, which is why moral panics are very, very dangerous, not just for the moment that they exist in and people that they hurt while they're happening, but for the years and years and years after the fact. We still have legislation on the books that says it's illegal to name your pig Napoleon. Like, people's reactive legislative processes have far-reaching long-term consequences, and we still fucking do it. We still fucking have this immediate, oh my God, someone flew a plane into a tower. Let's legislate as much as possible around anyone doing anything, to the point that we have legislation in this country that will literally, you can be found guilty of terrorist-related activity if you are found to be in possession of a thing found to have some sort of connection to terrorist-related activity. So because the boys who did a terrorism had a particular book that they used as an inspiration, and you also own a copy of that book, you can now be found as having been in possession of a terrorist-related item, and you can be found guilty of terrorism. So they can use this legislation to go after people they don't like. Toxic, I think there's a toxic troll. I think that's what their username means. Toxic logic troll. Not the book doing bad. Not the book doing bad. It's all pretty bad. It's all pretty bad. They're all like doing pretty bad. But again, when we talk about like Kingston's multiple streams and like the and moral and the moral entrepreneur, in Kingston's multiple streams theory, he calls them like the surfer on the surfboard, like waiting for the wave to come and like take them away. Other models sort of, but the moral panic sort of talks about them as being like a moral entrepreneur, someone who champions a particular solution that they feel is appropriate to an issue. How did you come up with that conclusion? All the books are bad. They are full of all of that juicy information. Yeah. Yep. All that juicy information. And again, the app, let's not forget that the app, there seems to be, TikTok seem to have put in an algorithm to start really pushing forward very pro-Israeli content as well. I don't know if anyone else has noticed that, but that is how TikTok have managed to continue operating in the US. They seem to have done sort of deal. Yeah, please stop informing yourself. Thank you. Yeah, TikTok seem to have done some kind of deal where they are pushing pro-Israeli content. I have had it showing up in my followers feed. Like, I don't look at the For You page. I only ever look at the followers page for exactly like, you know, the block out, guillotine block out, like all that sort of shit. This is why I'm only ever on my followers page on TikTok. But even on my followers page, I have had pro-Israeli creators popping up. And I know I don't follow any pro-Israeli creators. I know I'm not following any colonizers. No fucking way I'm following those colonizers. So for that to be popping up on my followers page makes me very suspicious that TikTok have specifically tried to do something with the algorithm to push this particular, you know. Oh, a message coming through. Sorry, I thought my phone was doing something. I'm like, I've been getting no Palestinian stuff anymore, and I thought it was me. No, it's not just you. And the reason I noticed it was because it wasn't just an absence of Palestinian content. It wasn't just an absence of content coming from Gaza, especially the lives. Like, whenever I'm scrolling through my followers page, all of the people I follow from Palestine will be live streaming themselves, cleaning up rubble, live streaming themselves, going looking for survivors, live streaming themselves, going out and delivering food and things. And I will always see those lives, and I will stop and comment and send them some gifts, and I'll always like do that. Haven't seen any of them. And I got the one that I got that made me go, what the fuck? Was I was following this girl, and she was doing this, you know, it goes on and on and on. Tick tock on the clock reminds me of everything tonight. You know the one. She was doing that, and it was like this whole countdown, and I was watching it, and it was the countdown. I didn't realize until I got like about halfway through, it was the countdown to her going and enlisting in the IDF. This American Jewish girl flew over to Israel, to Palestine, to join the IDF. And she had this whole big countdown thing while she was going over there to do it. And like, you know, she had videos of her with her grandparents, and like her grandparents crying and kissing her. And I was like, How the fuck is this on my followers page? How is this? Like... Getting pumped to kill some babies, literally. And I'm watching it going, oh, you know, I thought it was like, maybe she's joining the Peace Corps, or maybe she was going off to uni. Like, I did not think it was going off to the Peace Corps at first until I saw her, like, you know, in the combat boots. And then I was like, oh, is she going off to volunteer? Houses for Habitat, Houses for Humanity. She's going over to do one of these building houses in another country things. She's going off to go and, you know, colonize by sharing her faith in another country or something, you know, what the white girls do. No, she took a different turn. She's going to join the IDF. I don't know if the Peace Corps is still a thing. I just really was not expecting that left turn. You know what I mean? I was, of all the things that I thought were going to come out of watching this girl and her 3 fellow 20-year-old girls laughing and joking and having a good time, whatever I thought was coming was not that. Shame on whoever makes content on the Clock app. I did see IK make shit friends only somehow now, but Jesus, what a bell like. It is. And this is exactly why I was trying to create this community as well, because I just got so fucking sick of dealing with the app and trying to find new people to follow, trying to find new content, trying to figure out who to follow for the news on certain particular topics, trying to find those people. I was like, you know what? I'm going to stay here and let them come to me instead. I'm going to create it and they will come. That was the stand I decided to take in the end, because I have seen other content creators try that. I've seen other content creators who've gone, nah, I'm just going to sit here and I'm going to start trying to build a community and see who comes and wants to hang out. And they've been able to build really successful communities, and I'm losing my voice. So this is what I'm talking about with the illness, guys, with the not being able to, I'm losing my voice. How am I going to do... How can I talk dirty if I don't have a voice to talk dirty with? That was my plan for the weekend. God. Oh, well. That plan's gone. I mean, to be fair, no one needs to read my short messages, and I swear so much to be allowed to video anything. Hey, dude, you've seen my videos. At this point, 30%, 20% maybe of my comments are like, swear jar. Oh, this coffee is getting drier though, so I do think it is helping. I'm not going to lie. Oh, well, you want the rough voice for the filthy French. Come on, try it. Ah, that's true. I'm trying to think of what French I know. What can I say that sounds dirty in French? What the actual, yeah, it's pretty gross. Hey, it's pretty gross. So yeah, watching early 20-year-old women join the IDF, that was the end for me. That was the end of this app for me, as far as I'm concerned. Like, I don't see myself. You might have noticed I haven't been posting as much, and what I have been posting is a lot of kind of repeat content. I haven't been on the app all that much. Yeah, it's... Don't know. Everyone keeps telling me that I should fucking jump over onto Instagram and do it over there, because they're basically retooling the site to be like TikTok, but no. I don't think I could convince 50,000 people to join me on another app. The fact that I managed to get it to do it once, I don't think I could ever fucking do it again. I'm gonna try and think and remember what. Fuck Meta. I'm trying to think of what I can say in French that sort of sounds dirty. I don't think there's much that I can say in French that sounds dirty. What can I say? I have to actually go look at your page, mate. I don't get anything from anyone. Yeah, that's the thing. Most people don't either. So, you say anything in French and it sounds filthy. That's true. Bonjour, c'est Sanji, s'il vous plaît. Ah, yes, you can. Your content is amazing, and I found your content. Well, thank you, Damien. I appreciate that. I don't think it would happen twice over, though. I really don't. I do appreciate that. Bonjour, c'est un sandwich, s'il vous plaît. I only ever see your stuff on following, not on FYP. Yeah, my stuff does actually make it to the FYP quite a lot, but my followers never see it on there. That's usually it makes it onto the FYP of the white supremacists. But I think that they know I'm foreign. Yes, yeah. Very much so. Can I have one? Oh, I know what I'm. That's what you want. I think I know what I can say that would be a little bit funny. I'll go over to Instagram now and follow you there. No, I was going to say, I am never, honestly, I get messages from Instagram all the time being like, oh, you had 89% less people look at your stuff this week than usual. Well, that's because I don't post anything on there as usual. But everyone keeps telling me that I have to start posting on there so that they can follow me on there, and so that this app's dying and people don't want to be on here as much anymore. And I think it's going to get worse as the American election heats up. So I am, oh God, why? All of these lights are just making me look so fucking one-dimensional today. I don't, go away. My phone keeps ringing. Oh, of course, it's 5 o'clock over east. The cold callers have started. I'm going to have to jump off in a little bit because I am going to have to go and get dinner started myself for my children because it's going to be dinner time soon. But I think I know what I want to say. I know what I'm going to say. I don't know if I want to say it on live, though. I don't know if I want to be recorded saying it. I don't know if I want anyone to hear Twitch keeps dying on me, so not right this second. But I do, whenever I live stream on TikTok, I am also on the other two places. I am on the red play button app and the purple play button app at the same time as being on this particular app. I am definitely going to change this background though, because I am, yeah, it's getting more and more. You're back. I'm back. Oh, good. You have realized. Yes. Yes, I didn't make the same mistake this time. I popped the chat out for a start and the chat still came through. But also I did see the spinny circle of death because... Hey, Charlie Bear? Okay. Hey, Ricardo. Yes, your favourite nanny's still here. Yes, your favourite nanny's still here. Yeah. Void! Jose! I knew it. I knew if I hung out for long enough, the crew would all be together. We would all be back together still. We'd all be back in it. Everyone would be back in it. You're trying to stir things. Don't forget to take your Neds, Nan. I know how forgetful you can be. Why, thank you, Ricardo. I did forget. I did forget today. I might actually... Do you mind if I jump up right now and grab them so I don't forget again? Because I did forget. Trying to stir my dinner things. Ooh, yum. What's for dinner? What's for dinner? I'm going to have to get up and go and start cooking later. In a minute. In a second. I don't know if I want to. I mean, I have to. I don't have an option. I don't have an option. It is quite funny seeing the... Like, I keep seeing, what do you call it, that camera popping up. And it is quite humorous. But anyway, I managed to entertain myself for all of this time without even really speaking about anything, haven't I? I was speaking about the investment in intimate partner programs, programs for perpetrators of intimate partner violence. And there are very, very very underfunded, very difficult to get access to, and a much needed link, especially around things like, okay, so here's one problem, for example, when someone is served a VRO, they have to go. They can't be there in the house. Now, what if they have nowhere to go? What if they have nowhere to go? What if they don't have a friend they can go stay with? What if they don't have a family member they can stay with? Like, what if they have nowhere to go? I get that we need to keep these people separated for the safety of both. But if you're talking about, for example, I don't know, Melbourne in the middle of fucking winter, or not even in Melbourne, let's say the Victoria, violence restraining order. Violence restraining order. So they are called they're referred to them usually as an FVRO, Family Violence Restraining Order, but VRO, Violence Restraining Order, because you can get them for people who aren't in the family as well. Oh, FVIR, Family Violence something order? What order? Family Violence something order. I'm trying to think what the ORI might stand for. Intervention. Family Violence Intervention Order. Yep. There you go. Thank you. Yes. So FVRO, when they're reissued, there is nowhere often for the men who are removed from those homes to go. There is nowhere for them to go. We might go, like, you might want to sit there and go, well, fuck them, shouldn't have hit their wives. You've got a woman in a house who has had to call for help because her partner was being violent, her partner who she loves and is in a relationship with and maybe has kids with and maybe wants to work things out with. She's called the police because she feels unsafe. He's been removed from the house. He has nowhere to go. It is the middle of winter. And he calls her to say, I'm really sorry. I know that you got this VRO because I was really violent and all the rest of it, but I have nowhere to go. It's cold. I need to get my stuff. Can I come back to the house? And what's she going to do? We have the problem constantly in my town. The police will go drive around and look for the partners' cars back on the property of their ex-partners who have got VROs on them because they will end up parked up back around at the house again. So what the idea of this program was it was a number that the police, you get issued the VRO, the police tell you to leave the property, you've got 72-hour hold, you're not allowed to go back to the property. They give you a phone number and they say, call this service. They can help you find somewhere to stay for the night. Because don't forget as well that like the cops are rocking up at 10, 11 o'clock at night, taking you away, dropping you off in town and saying, not our problem, off you go. It's like they don't take you anywhere. They drop you off in the middle of the town and there you stay. Like, off you go, goodbye. So having somewhere, someone that these guys can go to, somewhere that they can reach out to, that can offer them support, that can offer them help, that can explain to them why they're in this situation, and then can try and link them in with services that can help them and support them to no longer do that. Because, yeah, police essentially making people homeless. I have a client, and I'm not going to give away too much information about this client. Like, I'm not going to get too specific with anybody about this client, because any more than 3 pieces of information, and you can pretty much, you can figure out who someone is. So it's very important not to give a lot of information on people at all. But there is a particular person, a client who I have worked with in different roles, who has had the house so smashed up from intimate partner violence. The support that we're offering is mainly around repairs to the house and helping them repair the house from his violent outbursts. Ooh, picture of dinner in the DMs. Let's go and have a look. What's for dinner? Ooh. So yeah, so again, a lot of can't see it. What's going on? Not in there yet. That's right, it'll be in there soon enough. Yeah. So anyway, a lot of the times we're going in there, we're patching up walls and we're helping them fix stuff out and all the rest of it. And like, to the point that there are whole walls between two of the, you know, very, very, a lot of, again, not trying to get too specific into this, but trying to tell this person to leave this partner isn't going to happen. Isn't going to happen. They have been in this relationship for so long, for so long. It is codependent at this point. And this is why, like, hurt people, abused people abuse people. You know, what does it take for someone to go, like, you need help if you're the kind of person who's going to do that to someone that you ostensibly love. You need a lot of help. And so people who are in that kind of mental headspace, people who are that sort of damaged, they don't attach themselves and find wonderful, well-rounded, like necessarily strong, like again, I'm talking as someone who has been in that kind of relationship. It happens because you don't have all the tools and things that you need. You're not able to do all the things that you should be able to do. You don't feel like a complete whole person. There are scars that you think that this person is going to fix in you. And so all of the damage that they're doing is worth it because you were already damaged, and all of the damage that you have, they love you despite that, and they fix that. They help that. Like, you know? Yeah, it's a weird thing, but it's like both sides might just need a grippy socks holiday in a safe place. Absolutely. Absolutely. And so having organizations give that kind of support to the perpetrators is vital, because we have a lot of women, we have a lot of relationships between a violent partner, a male violent partner, and the female victim, where the female victim is not going to leave. She is not going to leave. And it's not a matter of she just needs more time and she needs more help and she needs more support and she needs more. There are situations out there where she's just not going to. And yet the problem is there are so few safe grippy socks places, let alone fixing houses at an abso-fucking-lutely. Abso-fucking-lutely. And again, who is going to kick out the person that they love from the house when they're being violent if they know that the person they love is going to have to go and sleep in the bushes? Who is going to call the cops to get them to go and wheel away their partner they love who's hitting them if they know that that person is now going to have to go and sleep outside? And that's if you're not worried that the cops might also come and take you, because you've had a few run-ins with the cops, you've had a few drunken disorderlies, and they're just as likely to pick you up and take you away. So that's without that worry, because that's the other problem as well, is that this particular client has. They have their own issues that mean that they might be just as likely to be the person that the cops decide that they're going to take away if they were to rock up at this house. You know, this person has been before a magistrate for their own issues in the past. You need enough houses for everyone in the country plus spares and not depend on anything but existence. Exactly. You exist and you need a safe place to go. And we have spare places on standby for emergencies for people who need emergency housing and emergency accommodation. Because having one house that we stick 30 people into isn't a solution either. The reason that women's shelters started as one place where we stick all the women was because community members, women in the community, were trying to find a solution for the problem. And they were trying to find a quick fix solution because they didn't have all of the resources of the government on it. We now have all those resources and they're still just throwing money at the same solutions. They're still just throwing money at the same thing. Like, that's fine. That's enough. We'll just keep giving money to the barely existing women's shelters that are barely hanging on by a thread, that don't have enough money, and that can't even take donations of a lot of stuff because of the regulations that we've put on them around occupational health and safety. Like, God almighty, are you kidding? Seriously. Anyway, whatever. Interim order. It's also known as an interim order. Thank you. Sorry, I only just saw that. Jess. Thank you. Thank you, Miss Cinnamon Roll. Thank you for the live follow. But what we really need to have is we need to have a bit of an actual panic, not a moral panic. We need to have an actual panic around some of these issues. And then, again, the problem being that oftentimes when there's a moral panic, that a piece of legislation can be slammed through to address, for example, with gun violence in Australia. For anyone who is unaware, one of the reasons that we have a better relationship with firearms in this country is because of an incident that happened that caused a panic, not a moral panic, a real panic, being the Port Arthur massacre, where I think, how many people, was it 11? Was it 11 people? Anyway, nowhere near the numbers that you guys have on a weekly basis in the US, number of gun deaths. And there was already a policy in place that the Greens had been trying to push for years for gun reform that had been getting ignored. 35? Were there that many? No, not shot, died. There wasn't that many that died at Port Arthur. Really? No. What? Oh my goodness, 35 were killed. Far out. I did not think that there were that many people. 35. Gosh almighty. I didn't even think there were that many people, honestly. I was like, 35 dead, 23 wounded. Yeah, gosh. Far out. God almighty. I didn't realize it was that many. 11 would have been a lot anyway, you know what I mean? But far out. Anyway, and the reaction was swift. The reaction was very, very swift. But that policy had already existed, and there had already been people who'd been trying to advocate for it, and there had already been pressure in the community for that change. So unfortunately, with what we're seeing recently, there's all this outpouring and there's all this grief and there's all this, people annoyed about this issue, but we're now having the issue that the Americans have with gun reform, where because it's all been little bit by little bit, and it's been piling up, it's become background noise. And the people who do have the policy, who are out there advocating for it, are just getting drowned out by all of the rest of the background noise. Which unfortunately we haven't dealt with it before it has become the kind of massive issue that has just become background noise. And we're going to start getting to that place with homelessness very soon as well. Oh, it's like the one thing John Howard did, and he didn't even do it. He just stole it. He literally, the one thing John Howard did, he gets gold stars as our Prime Minister, and the one thing he did that had any value was he stole the Greens' homework. He stole stole the Greens' homework and he argued and he tried not to get them to submit it. He argued for years to get them to stop submitting their fucking homework and then he stole it. Yeah, absolutely. And the issue is that the legal owners that have half a brain want change, but there isn't any movement towards real reform, just bullshit rhetoric. Yep. And box ticking bullshit. Box ticking bullshit. Communists are gun owners, guys. Communists own guns. Like, I am not pro-gun in any way, shape, or form. Like, I'm not at all, like, I think the culture around guns is the problem in the US more than guns themselves, though. Like, I am not anti-guns. I'm not pro-gun, but I'm not anti-guns. I know this. Yeah, you know this. You know this because you're a communist. Yes. See, anytime you guys get me laughing, this is what happens. Anytime I start laughing, this is what happens. Oh, thank you for sharing the live. Jess, appreciate that. Yes, arm the proletariat for the fucking win. Definitely. Definitely. I was actually going to ask as well what night of the week everyone wants to do the Void After Dark from now on. Because what I'm going to do, I've decided, let me know what you think. I might be moving down to just 2 days a week streaming and 1 night a week. Let me know what you think about that. Oh, fuck yeah. I'd make every person required to do yearly competency in firearms. You're gay, you get one. You're trans, you get one. You're a woman, you get one. Yeah, absolutely. Every minority gets a gun and yearly training on how to use it. And again, why is the gun so popular? Capitalism. Capitalism. Smith & Wesson wanted to make money. Smith & Wesson wanted to make money. Ooh, what is that? After Dark. The Void After Dark is our After Dark program. So during the day, we, talk about politics. We talk about all kinds of stuff, and then after dark we like to get a bit naughty and we're not on TikTok. The Void After Dark does not appear on TikTok. If you want to watch the Void After Dark, you have to be on one of my other places because the Void After Dark does not appear on TikTok. TikTok doesn't like that. Not a fan of the other conversations. So yeah, so whatever day works for the Void After Dark, we can start doing that. I've already got the layout work done for that one, but I'm gonna have to change it because this layout's already overwhelmed me. It's been 2 weeks and I'm done with this layout. But I accidentally bought, by the way, if anyone wants access to Canva Premium, Belle, I accidentally bought Canva Premium. Accidentally. So if anyone wants access to it, I'll put access to it in the Discord. I'll put access to it in the Discord. I don't use anything like that. I refuse to PowerPoint. Yeah, I refuse to PowerPoint too. But you see this in the background? You see my lovely background? I like doing this stuff. I like making pretty backgrounds and things. And then my face just appears in them like... That was scary. That was a scary face. Sorry. Alrighty. 3:30. I know it's been a short one today. I know. How is it going? Antonio. Good. Very good. Been a long time. Very long time. I have been live for 3 hours, which is an hour shorter than usual. It is an hour. I could probably... No, it's 5:30, mate. Get a real time zone. I could probably stay live actually for a bit longer because the boy's dad's picking him up from school. I manifest Katrabrassen. The lens always lies. Yep. Everything in frame looks exactly as it is. I was going to say that. Yeah, everything in the frame looks exactly as it is. But there is always There is a decision being made still on the angle that's been chosen. If you're trying to communicate something specific, I mean, you know, like, yeah. But no, I do admire people who can take really good photos. My sister-in-law's like that. My ex is like that. Really annoying, really annoying. My ex takes really good photos with just an Apple camera. It's fucking annoying. Some of my favorite photos of the kids, oh no, absolutely my favorite photos. My best, most number one favorite photos of the kids were all taken by my ex. Every single fucking one of them. Even when, I think this is one of the things too, I've never been a kind of having a photos up around the house kind of person. I've never been that kind of person, never had photos up. Even when I was younger, my siblings and stuff would decorate their room. I never really did. I never decorated my room, so to speak. I would have things that people would give me that I would just put in my room. And it was funny because even when I was younger, people would give me shit. And even if I didn't like it, I'd just put it in my room and be like, yeah, okay, rightio. And then people would buy me stuff, like more of that same sort of stuff. Like I had a whole lot. I had like hundreds and hundreds of these little, like porcelain masks, face masks, because someone bought one for me and I hung it on the wall, and then people started buying them for me, and so I just like hung them on the wall because that's what you do with them. You hang them on the wall. And I had a collection of these porcelain face masks on my wall, and everyone was like, "Oh wow, those are so lovely. You've been collecting those for so long." Like, and I was like, "I don't collect them. People just were giving them to me, and so I just put them there. I didn't know that was a thing. Like, this is when I was younger. I have strange posters and weird shit people have given me. Yeah. Now I am trying to be a little bit more, because I've got the kids and they like seeing pictures of themselves and they like having their things up and about. Like I've got a hallway. Actually, I'll turn the camera around so you can see the hallway. I want to show you. My art hallway. You've eaten dinner. Huzzah! Congratulations. I'm just going to briefly show you my art hallway. See if you can see that. Let me turn the light on. So I've hung down the hallway on both sides. I've just got these string that all the kids' artwork hangs on. So, because I'm bad at decorating, but kids love that stuff. Kids fucking love that stuff. I get spooked just looking in the mirror. I couldn't handle photos of myself. Yeah, there's no photos of me hanging up around the place. Oh, no, I lie. There is one photo of me in the lounge room with the kids too. And yeah, I never look at it. Never look at it. Yeah, heaps of kiddo stuff. And you kind of like, I even remember when I left, I had an apartment in Melbourne when I left there. It was like the only time I lived alone in my life was when I was living in Melbourne. I had a one-bedroom apartment in Parkville, and honestly, I think it's my favourite place I've ever lived, mainly because I was just living alone, and I've never lived alone before or since. So, best time of my fucking life. And when I left that place, they were over the moon. Like, they were so fucking excited that at the state that I left the place in, even like, you know, repainted the door jambs and stuff where I had scuffs. But I was like, it wasn't that hard. Like, and then after I've had kids and shit, oh, I used to live near there, Brunswick. Oh, there you go. There you go. That's where I want. I was right near the children's hospital, like behind the park for the children's hospital. I was like the other side of the park in the old village, the old Commonwealth Games village. That's where I lived, in those apartments there. Cade Way. Still remember the address. Cade Way. Princess Park, yes. I lived in Cade Way over there. I actually tried to buy one of those apartments later on when I got in a relationship with my ex. We tried to buy one of those apartments because I was just like, I love this area. I want to live here again. Now, on reflection, I was single and happy, and I was miserable with this person and didn't realize it and wanted to try and get that happiness back. But anyway, it's fine. And nearly bought one, like put an offer in, and then found out that I was pregnant, which was great because the bank immediately rejected our finance when they found out that I was pregnant. They immediately went, nope, take back. So that was good. We didn't have any issues getting out of that contract because of course it was subject to finance. So yeah, end of that story. But yeah, we were going to buy a little 2-bed apartment, and that was the first time that I tried to buy a house, and I found out that I was pregnant. So all those people like, you should buy a house before having kids. I was in the middle of trying to buy a house when I found out I was pregnant. Like, kids were gonna be the next step, and we kind of just went, oh well, we're pregnant now, so let's do it the opposite area. Like, let's have the kids now, and we'll buy the house later. Once I go back to work after having the kids, because, you know, I was working full time, he was working full time. Yeah. Yeah, Parkville is a very nice area. Very nice area. I was very happy there. I was very happy there. I used to, after a big night out, I would walk home. After a big night out in the city, I would walk home from Melbourne, and I would sober up on my walk home, and I would never fucking have a hangover. I'd be so fucking pissed off my trolley leaving the city, and I'd buy a bottle of water and a Gatorade, and like generally some jerky, beef jerky, because I love me some good beef jerky. I was vegan at the time, but when I was hungover, when I was drunk, I would buy beef jerky to eat while I was walking home. And I would walk home drinking my water and listening to my music, eating my beef jerky. Yeah, in Melbourne at 3 a.m. by myself, dressed up to the nines. I know, Abed, I know beef jerky's not vegan. I know. I was like 99% vegan, but sometimes after a big night, some people need a cigarette, but they don't call themselves smokers. Do I have to call myself a meat eater just because I eat meat when I'm very drunk sometimes? I don't think that's fair. I don't think that's fair. Bad person, and you should feel bad. I'm a terrible human being. All those cows, all those poor cows. I probably ate the total of 1 whole cow that whole time. Tofu Erky, no. It's not salty enough. It's not gamey enough. No. When you're that fucking hungover, oh, I could go some beef jerky right now. When you're that fucking drunk that you're like, you can already feel, you know, when you're so drunk that you can already feel what it's going to feel like the next morning. Yeah, that's right. Do more than 99% of the population and then get upset. Yeah, yep. Doncaster, what? Doncaster, all the way out in Donny, hey? All the way out in Doncaster. I lived in Parkville, and I used to work in Maribyrnong, and I used to walk to work too. I'd leave really early in the morning and like jog to work. Oh my God, when I was young and lived alone, I was an idiot. I had all this energy and I used it for the wrong shit. Like, absolutely. Who decides that they're going to get up at 6 a.m., walk to fucking work, clean the store from top to bottom, work an 8-hour shift, and then you got to turn it. Don't forget, at the end of the day, you got to turn around and walk back again. Fucking who? Fucking me, that's who. Yeah, I used to walk from Parkville, Cade Way, Parkville, yes, to Maribyrnong Shopping Centre where I worked. Yeah. Yes, that is an 1.5 hour walk. Yes, you are correct. So I would get up at 6:30 in the morning, and I would walk to work, and I would clean the work. Then I would work all day. Who walks in the western suburbs? Tell me about it. Tell me about it. But I am a Koori girl. I'm a Koori girl. Like, I grew up walking everywhere. And again, like, before I lived in Melbourne, I'd never lived anywhere that had been that spread out either. I'd never lived anywhere that had been that spread out. When I lived in the Netherlands, I walked everywhere, but everywhere was really close to walk to. So you just get used to the fact that I'll just walk. Like, oh, that's fine, I'll just walk. I have no idea where these places are. I know the inner city north bit of Melbourne, only a bit of the city. Yeah. No, so Parkville is quite close to the city. Like, I used to walk home from going out in town. I mean, when I say quite close, when you're drunk, it feels close. But yeah, Maribyrnong Shopping Centre is a hike from Cadeway, Parkville. Yes. But that's what I used to do with my energy when I was young and had nothing else to worry about in my life, really. There you go. Me, I walk in the western suburbs. I lived in the western suburbs of Perth as well, And the reason I lived in the western suburbs of Perth was I didn't have a car and I used to ride everywhere. Maribyrnong is next to Flemington. The only small suburb in Melbourne is Melbourne. Yeah. Is it next to Flemington? I feel like Flemington was a bit further. Flemington's closer to the city though, isn't it? Isn't Maribyrnong further out? It's like, do you know where Moonee Ponds is? It's right next to it, is it? God. Moonee Ponds. I always feel like it's Moonee Ponds is closer. I haven't lived there in so long though. It's been, my kid was born there, but it's been 7 years since I've been back. So, you know, it's been a while. It's been a while. The river. Yeah, the river. Yes. 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 The river. The Maribyrnong River. Moonee Ponds is to the north of Flemington. But I used to go through Moonee Ponds to get to Maribyrnong. That's why I know Moonee Ponds, because I went through it to get to Maribyrnong. So that's why I thought that... Now we're just on here. This has got to be... Anyone who is logging on right now is just like, why am I watching? It's near Footscray, yeah. So somebody's over here. Yeah, I'm going to log off. I'll log off, baby. Yeah. You sit down just here for a sec. Okay. All right. Whoops. Yeah, that tracks. Someone is obviously feeling much worse for wear. Yeah. Someone is feeling a little bit worse for wear right now. Sit there and I'll grab it, baby. Sit just there. Here we go. Any idea? Oh, sweet. Oh, little sweetness. There's little. Here we go. So, with that being said, we sound like Americans working out other countries around America. We do. We do. And we're just trying to work out what bloody suburb in Melbourne we're trying to talking about. Yes, I am going to have to log off, guys, because the small person, by the sounds of it, is feeling a bit worse for wear. So I am going to log off now. I appreciate you guys all so much for joining me today, and I didn't want to go without saying anything. There we go. Yeah? Here we go. There you go, baby girl. Yeah. Here we go. So I'm going to log off. Like, share, subscribe, do all the things I'm supposed to ask you to do before I forget to ask you to do them. Make sure that you are following me all of the places, because I am not always on here, this place in particular, on account of all of the algorithmness of the algorithm. Oh no, you just got here, Amy. You just got here. I was just saying, what day can we do the Void After Dark, Amy? Because it's been way too long since I've had you on here for a chat, for a proper chat. So I am going to have to jump off, yes, and go and take care of this one. Have a good one, everyone. You made it to the end of the stream. I'll jump on earlier again next time. And I will also, Monday. Perfect timing. Yeah, perfect timing for the end of the bloody stream. Monday, Void After Dark on Monday? You reckon? All right. Well, in that case, I will do a shorter stream on Monday. Maybe we'll just do like a couple of hours in the morning, log off by about 12, and then we'll do the Void After Dark on Monday night. How does that sound? Yes? No, just swap it. You don't want to do no daytime, just all nighttime? Do it that night instead. I can do a little bit of both. All right, Void After Dark. Yeah, be right. Don't kill yourself. Yep. Well, what I'm thinking though is I'm actually thinking I'm going to not, or one of the days is going to become a much shorter day. So I might do Monday, Wednesday, Friday, but Fridays is going to start becoming like a shorter 2-hour stream unless someone wants to join me and entertain me, because yeah, I've been doing 5-hour streams 3 days a week, and it's actually a bit much for the voice box. Can't quite manage that one for that long on an ongoing basis. I don't mind. I can do both. Okay, we'll do both then. We'll do both. If you can do both, I can do both. It's my voice is the thing that is making it a bit tricky at the moment because I keep losing it, and I'm not even smoking. I haven't even done any smoking, and I'm still losing my voice. Perfect. All right. Love you guys all so much. Thank you for joining us. Love you whether you're new or old. Feel free to join so that you manage to catch us next time we are doing this again so that you don't miss out, because missing out is the worst thing. Missing out on void time is the worst thing that could ever happen to you ever in your entire life. Don't you know? And we want to make sure that that doesn't happen. So like, share, subscribe. Love you all so, so, so much. And I will see you next time.